We did have mics.
We have mics. Oh, I turned mine off.
You turned yours off. That's why you don't have a microphone.
Now I do have a microphone. Hello.
There you go.
Right.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Hello and welcome.
I realise I forgot to pop out the other chat. I will do that now.
Oh. Can't believe you're doing it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, because it's slightly faster to get the chat on screen whilst I sort out the other one.
It's true. Doesn't particularly matter, I guess. Ow, my leg.
My body.
My leggy weggy.
My pain. My suffering.
Begone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another show of this show.
The show of shows.
Yes. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to bash my microphone around while I adjust myself. Okay, I think I'm comfortable. It's too damn cold in here, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm putting on a coat. What of it? However, I'm neutral grey now.
You did it.
Yeah.
Woo.
All I had to do was wear about 5 layers because it's about 9 degrees C in here. So yeah. Anyway, yes, hello folks. How are we all doing? I don't have a huge amount lined up today, I guess, because I'm tired and worn out and
I
in
also
pain.
realised I forgot to focus the camera.
Ah, I see. Focus, focus.
Do not check your eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna have a bit of a chat, and I've got some basic stuff to fix. We're not getting into super in-depth repairs. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, this needs some RAM kit and a service, so I'm gonna put some more RAM in it and start servicing it. So yes, that's the plan. Right. It's minus 18 outside here. Oof.
That is too much.
Is minus 27. Yeah.
Too much.
Too cold. Too cold. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to do a thing because the front lights are still on and the door is unlatched.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Cheers. Let's see.
We were set up. We were almost ready.
Under £100. i3 CPU for less than 100 quid. Isn't there like a
Depends.
12100 or a 13100 or a
Depends.
14100, I guess?
Are you willing to buy from AliExpress? Because if you are, you can get 5700X
For under £100?
for like £98.
Oh, okay.
That's what I saw last time.
Is that including tax or is that
Yeah.
list? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was like delivered for like £99. I was like, huh.
Okay, yeah, that's
I
pretty
kind of
good.
want to buy one, but also I have no use for this.
Yeah.
Also, there were on eBay when I was looking, there were like 5600s for less than £100. And obviously, you'll pick like 3600s up for that much as well.
Yeah.
You know, certainly second-hand ones on.
Yeah. If you're not in a hurry, I would definitely, if you can wait, 2 to 3 weeks, I would definitely consider that 7600 on AliExpress for less than 100 quid, because that gets you a modern day CPU, and also it gets you onto AM5, which means when you have got some more money, you can just upgrade to a big boy CPU and just drop it straight into the rest of the system.
No, 5700.
Oh,
5000 series.
5700.
Yeah, AM4. Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, the 7500F is like 120 delivered.
Oh,
140
yes.
delivered.
Yes, yeah, of course it is, yeah.
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 The 7400, I saw a couple pop up at about 110 delivered.
Yeah. People in the US are scared to order from AliExpress at the moment due to the de minimis exception influx. Yeah, this is true. That's all over the place at the moment.
But if the order is already placed, at least again, based off of not being in the US, but at least based off of that, for orders that are already in motion, the rules are difficult to it would be difficult to enforce rules on orders that were already placed.
Yeah. Also, as of this weekend, the exception is in place. So if you're ready to pull the trigger right now, you can order something from AliExpress and you're good. It may change in the future though. So this isn't good advice ongoing, but if you're ready to pull the trigger on a new CPU, you've got 100 quid in your pocket right now, then yeah. So yes. Yes, obviously the tariff stuff is all in flux, and I'm not going to bother speculating on that because, my God, it's they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. So yeah, But yeah, if you were saying like £100, I'm guessing you're UK based though, so we don't need to worry about that. As far as I know, we're already paying VAT on stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we'll only need to worry about kind of the long-term pricing trends that it may demonstrate.
yeah, we'll see. So yes, how's the clubbing last week? It was all right. Yeah, it wasn't bad. The headline act we were a little bit disappointed with. Wasn't as good as hoped, and probably wasn't worth staying until the end of the set for, which was 2 a.m. However, the middle acts, there were 3 DJs in total. First guy was second one was a lady. What was her name again?
I don't know. I've forgotten, which really annoys me.
Yeah,
Because they were actually good.
yeah, they're actually decent. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, second one was some girl, and she put on a really good set. Yeah, had a really good time. Really nice energy, really nice vibes. And then yeah,
And actually let stuff play.
Yeah.
And actually like let things happen.
yeah, both the first support act and the headline act, they had this really terrible habit where they would start doing a build up to a drop. You know, where it would build up, it would rise, and you'd be like, oh, here we go, and then they would do the drop, and you'd be like, oh, go boom, 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 and literally 5 seconds later, it would just shift into something else, into a different track, and we're just like, oh yeah, and you're just starting to groove, and it changes, and you're like, now I've completely lost the beat again.
Yeah.
And it's like, my brother in Christ, let the song play. Let the song vibe for a bit. Please let us groove for a bit before you shift gears again. Stop shifting the music every literal 10 seconds and let the goddamn track play.
Yeah.
This was...
Drum funk.
Yeah, it was drum funk. So it was, drum and bass sub-genre. But yes, it was extremely annoying. And yeah, the middle act, this lady was really good at actually letting the song run for a bit. We had a good time. Then yeah, main act came on, and I remember just when the main act guy started doing this, and I looked over at you, and you were looking at me like, oh my god, So yeah. Look, groove is a term. When you get into the groove, it doesn't need to be a Kylie Minogue reference. That's just a thing where the song doesn't have to do anything flashy. Just play the melody if there is one, or play the beat if there is one. Give it like 10 or 30 seconds just to enjoy what the song is doing for a bit. That's what grooving means.
But also, you need to drop from one energy to another energy, kind of thing. If you're going to switch it up after you've done a drop, you need to maintain that energy. You can swap into something else, but it needs to be something that is very complementary to that. So you keep the same flow. So you keep the same flow going. Because no, there wasn't.
It was
that.
Frustrating.
Yeah.
But yeah, the night wasn't a bust or anything. But like, if we're going to be critical, then yeah.
Yeah.
So,
it wasn't as good as it could have been.
You missed the point. I ain't a music well. Now you've learned a little thing about what live drum and bass sets that don't sound right would be doing wrong. So, there is actually, contrary to popular belief, being a DJ does actually require skill.
Yes.
Yeah. Some DJs simply won't stop messing with the mixer and FX and ruin a track. Yeah, basically that.
Yeah.
And like, I know that they're trying to do something, because there is also the stereotype of, there are many DJs where it's just like, my guy, you are an MP3 player. We could have just set up a playlist for this, know? However, also there are people that are too far at the other end, and it's just like, stop fiddling with it. So yeah. So yes, let's get into some tech news, and by some tech news, I mean someone asks some tech questions, so we've got content. And in the meantime, what are you up to, Caradog? I'm
taking the back panel off my MacBook, just because there seems to be something flopping in it. Hold on. Can I? Oh, it seems to have stopped now. But it was a case of
somewhere.
you could basically, it was a case of if it was this way round and you picked it up off the desk and then went like that, you'd hear it go pop.
Yeah.
And then you moved it like that and it'd go.
Yeah, as I
just
said, it
hits.
sounds like one of the battery cells is probably unstuck and just going pop, 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 pop,
Yeah,
you know.
and I was just like,
So, yeah.
oh, I should look at that just in case it's something that cares. Yes. Is this one of the ones with the clips you have to stuff stuff in the side?
Yes, this one isn't mega hard mode, but it is tricky. So firstly, you need a prying tool, and you need to pop. So there is. Hang on a sec. I'll just put it. Actually, let's swap spaces since you're doing the things. Bench cam with face. So firstly, there is a popper like here and on the other side, and you need to pop that open. So you need to thread in between the bottom plate and the chassis. And so if you just try poking,
How deep is it? Is it
very
is it
shallow.
that deep?
No,
oh,
extremely
okay.
shallow.
It's
Yeah.
actually in the lid.
That's
okay.
right, yeah. So aim for the middle because that's where the bit is that you're trying to pop. And just find the edge to where you're picking up the actual case, the actual lid instead of the chassis. Yeah, when you're up the top there, yeah, it should be around there somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah,
see.
you found
okay.
it, yeah. Don't
Right.
push in too far. And then, yeah, you should, if you lever that, it should just pop. It's not going to, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
That's the pop. Now do the same thing on the other side.
Okay.
You do this with a suction cup. Oh, that's interesting. I've not tried that. That's it. That sounded like a pop to me. So now you want to try and get your hand underneath the lid and pull up in the front middle here, and you should find some pops around the middle as well. It's not going to come off, but yeah, you just need to try and get your fingernails under the case and try and lift it just so it pops the middle again. That's it. You got it. Right, now comes the annoying bit. So now you need to slide it in that direction.
Okay.
And it's going to go suddenly when it does go, so you need to brace yourself so when it suddenly lets go, you don't rip the whole thing out. Have a feel and see if you can do it. If not, I see you're going for my technique, so which is valid. Yeah.
That, yeah, doesn't feel good, does
No,
it?
it doesn't.
So what's actually holding?
It's literally just there's some things like that are just slid into the back of the chassis.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Oof, okay. Oh. Yeah. So the danger when you're doing this is that guy there, and if we just move back under the camera, I'll just show people that. The danger is this guy here. Is if you catch that with the bottom of the case, you'll just rip that guy in half. So yeah. However, that is often, yeah, that's how I remove them. But however, yeah, as you just felt, those things are no joke. And when you're getting into it, they're kind of scary. Also, what the is going on with that battery?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Bench cam. Yeah, I'm just going to punch down on that. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like I think that battery has been attempted to be removed before at some point, but yeah. Either way, it's taken a knock. It's probably I mean, the battery's working, so it must be okay. So yeah. All right. So yeah, are any of the cells loose? Basically, if just use the prying tool just to give them a quick pry and just see if any of them just pop up. No.
Maybe that one.
Maybe that one seems pretty well in place though. Yeah, like that one's held in with the trackpad cable. That looks like it might be it.
Maybe.
Yeah. They're all a little bit loose. I mean, it might just.
Oh, there we go.
One. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. All right. Yeah.
Nothing on one.
Yeah.
Nothing on two. Little out of three.
Yeah. I'll get some double-sided tape and we'll just
And
stick
then
some double-sided tape out of that. Yeah. Let's see. Where is my Tessa tape?
So.
I I need to get more Tessa tape. I'm running out. Where the Jeffries? There it is. And some of that.
Ah.
Did you catch yourself?
I stuffed my finger into something.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whenever I'm taking those bottom panels off, I live in fear of just scraping my knuckles across the chassis as it comes off. That's the bit that I'm afraid of when doing that. So yeah. Can we trust the nudge cell? Yeah, it looks like it's taken a knock, but it hasn't puffed up. Like it looks it's not exactly pristine, but it's functional. So and it hasn't puffed up, and also let's give it a quick sniff test as well. Yeah, it passes the sniff test. If you're ever uncertain about a battery and if it's been compromised, give it a sniff test. The electrolyte in a LiPo cell, it smells like sour apple candy. That's basically the best way to describe it, just sour apple candy. If you can smell that sour apple candy sweet smell, that's electrolyte, which means the battery is pierced, leaking, otherwise not fully sealed. And that's the point where you go, okay, this battery is not trustworthy, you know. So yeah.
I fluffed it.
Rotten caps. Rotten caps have a different kind of smell, yeah. And they're pretty gross.
Hello?
Probably never cleaned properly before the battery was fitted so it didn't stick. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that I would do, if I'm honest. This isn't my handiwork, but yeah.
Hello? There we go. That was unnecessarily hard.
Yeah. This tape is kind of awkward because of how thin it is, but also it's really, really good.
Whoop.
Oh yeah, no, there was some tape under there. It just looks like the tape just didn't take very well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd give that a judicious press, and that'll probably be it. Great success.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
There you go.
No worries.
Done. Ta-da.
Yeah. Probably not worth doing the others, I doubt it. That one was obviously the one that was flopping because as soon as you touched it, it was just like, oh yeah, that's just not stuck down. So yeah. Good. All right. Is this one going to visit Dave Bob for a storage upgrade? I think it already did.
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Does this one have a story behind it? Did this one get upgrades?
I can't remember exactly what happened, but it's got effectively refurbished NAND on it.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, not refurbished NAND. The board, from memory, the board had faulty NAND.
Oh, I see, yeah.
And Dave Bob
Put
robbed
new one
random
stuff
ones from other boards that had been written off for other reasons.
Oh, yeah.
And stuck them on this one.
Yeah, so it's got an amalgam of random storage chips on it.
Yeah.
Which is not an upgrade per se, but it was a cheap recovery other way around.
Oh, I have my laptop the other way around to what I thought I did.
Yeah. For context, Dave Bob is Muerto, and also the side that's closest to you needs to go in first because that's where those grippers are. If you look on the bottom of
I am so confused. Which? Oh God.
Yeah. That's it. So those are gonna slide in. So yeah. So get those lined up and then give it a shove so that bit lines in, and then the rest of it just presses down. So you should be able to line those up until they are actually like in properly. So yeah. Ba, 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 ba. Cool. Have you played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? No, I'm not super into that genre of games, if I'm honest. I've heard people talking about it, though. I don't think there's a lot on the horizon that I'm actually excited about at the moment. I've got other stuff on my playlist. But then I very rarely play new games anyway. There's a couple of new ones, but anything that's on my upcoming list that I'm excited about is all just indie stuff. you look aligned there, so it is just a matter of, yeah, that's it. I
Okay.
was about to say, it looks aligned, it just needs
Yeah.
a shove. And obviously it's just like, you never know how much force to use until you've felt it. But yes, those are good clicks, and there should be
there
some
one
clicks around the
here?
middle somewhere as well. Maybe it's like around here, I think.
Yeah, one went.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you've got it. At some point, it might give some other clicks at
Yeah.
some point, but yeah. All of the seams are aligned, which is the important bit. So when you put the
Yeah.
screws in, the screws will be fully in. So yeah. Good. You hate booby trap covers like that, just begging to be broke? Yeah, I despise this style of cover that all of the current mainstream all of the modern Macs are using. Actually, I think the MacBook Air M1 isn't doing it. So I think the MacBook Airs don't have that grip a bit at the back, but yeah.
I'm just not sure why it's necessary when there are screws.
Yeah, it's not necessary is the answer. Again, it's another case of just Apple making it hard for seemingly no reason, and just, I'm sure there's some nonsense excuse for it, but like it just doesn't need to. Like, I guess there's only 2 screws in the back corners, and that would be why. But it's like, so just put more screws on it, like every other Mac had before it. Then
Or just have one of those poppy things like you've got here, there,
sure,
and
yeah,
now.
that's it. There must be easier ways, but again, it's just these things are not built to be serviceable. You know, you do want to get the suction cap game though. Yeah, I might have a look into that. Yeah, I like my pry method just because it's awkward, but you're applying pressure to specific points to pop exactly that instead of just having to, like, I mean, what do you just rip the whole thing up? I'll give it a try, you know, like if you say it works, then I'll give it a whirl, but yeah, I don't like the idea of it, man. But yeah. Right.
Oh my god.
Are we going to get the Subnautica
There you
VODs
go.
uploaded to the YouTube channel? Yes. They're already on the VODs channel. They're just privated. I keep forgetting to actually publish the VODs, and I don't want to dump them all at once. Yeah. However, I scheduled a bunch up last week, and I think the Subnautica ones are probably next in line. But yeah, I'm going to try and make a point of, yeah, I'll probably get another load of them lined up and get through it all. Right. Groovy. We'll do a HP and put all the screws under the rubber pads. I know, right?
Well, not all of them, just some of them.
Yeah.
What was the thing that you can view that's built into macOS that tells you what the maximum charge is of a battery? You know, it gives you like a battery health report.
I think System Profiler will still do that. So yeah, if you go to About This Mac,
Oh yeah,
top of
it's
that
still
menu,
there.
yeah, and then more info. I was going to say, if you want decent, if you want decent stats, then yeah, as Si just said, Coconut Battery, which is a free app you can get. However,
Oh, system report.
yeah, there you go. But System Report, and then if you go to Power, that will tell you cycles, and that will tell you cycle count and
It's there.
current capacity. So yeah. I think all of the numbers that Coconut
Okay.
Battery will tell you are there. It's just not formatted in a particularly readable way.
Oh yeah, no, that's
But
fine.
yeah, the stats are there though. All right. Cool. Right. I might start working on that Dell G3, which needs new hinges, because I should have ordered parts for that this week and I didn't.
Terrible.
So yeah, while we get some more topics on the go, I'm going to grab another laptop off the shelf and see what I need to buy for it.
Everything.
I need to buy a new laptop. Or rather, the customer does. I hate that laptop. Wow, Si. Just personally, just this specific laptop, just, yeah. Heck this thing in particular. Yeah, no, I've seen a couple of these with busted hinges. I don't hate the design of this laptop, but yeah, the hinges break on them. But as consumer laptops, man, just
I don't have any hinge problems.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing. Just say what you like about Macs, but the hinges don't break. You know.
They don't deteriorate from normal use.
Yeah.
That's just a display connector.
There's no laptops that excite me. I guess, like, you know, this is one of the reasons why I still kind of want a framework, but I don't have a use for one. So yeah. All right. Yeah, framework laptop. I wanna buy a framework and try it out and see how I feel about it and stuff. But also, just I don't use a laptop. On the very rare occasions when I'm going away somewhere, that's the only time that I ever want a laptop. And then I just pick up the MacBook off the shelf that is the shop MacBook that is used for just doing Mac stuff in the shop. You know. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna start taking this thing apart. I'm going to grab some screwdrivers. Where is... yeah, I'm just looking for the iFixit kit. Can't see it, so yeah, I guess we'll use those. I'll grab a 00 Phillips from over here as well. There. All right.
Yeah, it is frame.work.
Oh, what? The website?
For framework.
That's not bad. Right, do you want to stick us on Benchcam, and I'm going to start taking this laptop to bits so I can see what I need to order for it.
Benchcam with face.
Hell yeah.
Kunai with chain.
Kunai with chain. Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Yu-Gi-Oh! Was brilliant.
The worst thing is I probably can't even use that reference because I don't know what it is.
It's from Yu-Gi-Oh! Joey Wheeler. The most Brooklyn ever to Brooklyn. I'm walking here.
Oh, that's good. Framework have got their their shipping times back into something remotely tolerable.
That's good.
Because for a while, looking at the 16-inch framework, it was like, will ship in somewhere up to 16 weeks. I was just like, okay.
Yeah. Let's see.
Whilst you're sat there not doing anything, ask Framework to send Graham a free laptop.
Don't think I've got the clout for a free laptop.
Oh, JD, you're here. You'll know this. Do SODIMMs faster than DDR5 5600 actually exist? Because I have seen none.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell for laptops, basically everyone has gone soldered and that's it.
Yeah. Well, with the exception of the Dell one.
I thought all Dells had soldered RAM now.
No, remember that Dell they've developed that. What's the new Dell standard? Someone help me out.
What, CAM?
Yeah, CAM.
Are they actually using that?
I think so. Yeah, I think it exists.
Oh, okay. Because I thought all of them were, soldered.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, a lot of them are soldered.
Yeah.
But
okay.
But I believe the CAM laptops do exist. That I believe there are production laptops using CAM.
Oh, okay.
Come on, there we go. Good grief. That didn't want to go without a fight. Good. Whenever I see a 2.5-inch bay, I'm just like, good, there's no drive in there. You know? What does this have in it? 8 gigs.
8 gigs of what?
And 8 gigs. It'll be DDR4. It's 2666, which is about what I'd expect for a mid-range gaming laptop like this. So yeah. I don't hate these things, you know, like, yeah, the hinge design sucks, but that much being said, though, I've no idea how much these laptops cost. But, like, the hinge is the drawback of them. Everything else about this laptop I actually kind of like. It's got 2 decently sized fans in, some nice fat heat pipes across it, you know, it's got an M.2 bay and it's got a 2.5-inch bay, and, like, this 2.5-inch bay, like, look at that. It's got a little thing where it's got the screws for the hard drive if you do fit a drive there. You know, it's like, I don't hate the design of this. It's really simple to disassemble, but the hinges break. That's the sucky part. So yeah, it's kind of let down by that.
From memory, the G series is fine.
Oh, whoops! I should unplug the battery before I do anything. Yeah.
Dell.
Yeah. How much? Is there a G3 currently available? How much does it cost, and what's
doing
the
a
spec
Google
of it?
search for Dell G3 did not bring up the Dell website with the G3 for spec, so I'm doing it backwards by going to the Dell website and then looking at laptops and then
Yeah.
specking
What's
away.
their current equivalent of this?
Yeah.
Because this isn't an XPS. This is like an Inspiron gaming laptop, basically.
Gaming laptops. Sort by price, cheapest first.
Let's see. I need to disconnect the Wi-Fi card, and then I can take the display assembly off.
Okay, apparently the replacement might be the G15, which starts at £800.
Okay, what do you get for 800 quid? Because for a gaming laptop, that's fine, you know.
Not a Celeron. That's good. 13th gen i5 13450HX.
Okay.
And a 3050.
3050.
Yeah. For £800.
That's nothing to write home about. Like I'm sure there's like an Asus TUF laptop out there that's going to have that spec at like 700 and probably an MSI at 700 or something like that.
Yeah. It's also the case that the RAM is only 4800. DDR5 4800, and I'm just kind of like,
yeah, that's kind of meh. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can't change that. You can't upgrade it. To get a 4060 in this chassis, you're looking at £1,200.
For 4060, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like once you get into 4-figure sums of money, you know, you really need to be getting a pretty respectable spec for it to. Otherwise, it's a case of like, my God, please just build a desktop computer. Ooh. All right. We are free.
Yeah, for like £80 more, you can get the G6, which has an i7 and 32 gigs of RAM in it.
Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Yeah.
But still only a 4060.
Yeah. 3050 is closer to a 1650 desktop. Is it really? Yeah.
It's also only got 6 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
VRAM. It's only got 6 gigs of VRAM.
Yeah. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, basically none of the gaming GPUs are particularly worth it, because even the 4070 laptop is only 8 gig.
Yeah. And it's also, again, just the irreparability of it. You know, I had, a friend of mine was complaining that the power button on his gaming laptop wasn't working properly. You know, he was having issues where it was taking him like half an hour of just pressing the power button and munging it around before it would work properly because the button isn't contacting correctly. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, yeah, send me the details of your laptop, tell me what you've got, and we'll see what we can do to get that sorted. And it turns out it's an Asus something, I can't. It's an Asus TUF something. And I noticed when he took a picture of the bottom of it, it was manufacture 2023, and I'm like, what? This thing's barely 2 years old, and the power button has died, which is a serious failure, because to replace the power button, you have to replace the keyboard. So now we've got to order a keyboard from China and do a complete strip of the laptop. You know.
Yeah.
And he's not local, so it's a case of he's going to ask someone. He's got a local friend who might be able to do it for him, but otherwise he's going to have to post his laptop to me for me to do that. And it's just like, the laptop's barely 2 years old, and it's just it's just frustrating.
I mean, if they're in the UK and it's less than 2 years old.
I don't know.
Yeah, but if it is in the UK and it is less than 2 years old, I would be really aggressive with the point of sale and just say, I want a full refund.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, because that means you can buy a 2-year newer laptop with the same money.
Maybe, yeah. I think, I mean, it was 2023, so yeah, I think it was January. No, I think it was like January 23, so it may have just gone over the 2-year marker, which is a shame.
Oh my God, why would you spend £800 on an Inspiron?
Gross, yeah.
An Inspiron with a Qualcomm Snapdragon as well.
Oh, the bloody Snapdragon laptops are way too expensive for what you're getting, I feel like. Yeah.
That's horrid.
While we were adjacent to the topic of Framework have just released their RISC-V motherboard. Yeah. It's $200 USD.
How do I buy this?
I don't know. But it does exist though, and it's just like
Deep Computing RISC-V mainboard.
Yeah, and like I don't have a use.
This is £170.
Yeah, like this.
Wow. Okay.
This is for developers. This is not for mainstream users. You know, this is for someone who wants to develop on a RISC platform. However, it's interesting that it exists and it's £200. It's got like eMMC storage on it. This is not your mainline computer.
You can literally just buy the motherboards for these laptops. Complete motherboard.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise you could actually buy...
Yeah. Cooler Master will sell you a case to put it in. You can 3D print a case to put it in as well. This is the thing.
Framework will sell you the Cooler Master case for like £40.
Yeah.
I see.
It's really cool. This is the thing. I wish I had a use for some of this stuff because it's really cool.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I just don't have a use for this. Also, hello Paige, how you doing? But yeah. Do a vid on the Asus if you end up repairing it. I certainly will, because that would be a nice straightforward repair, that one. I don't know if it's going to come my way or not, because like I say, my friend does have someone local who sounds like they may be able to do it. They don't do it for a living, but it sounds like they have the capability of doing it, and that will save them from having to post their laptop cross-country. Also, like that laptop is their only computer, and they do need it for work. So, I've said, send it me, and I'll sort you out. Parts cost only because we're mates. But they're like, however, I need it for work. So if my friend can do it without me having to send it across the country, then, and I'm like, understandable.
No offence taken.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to catch up with chat and then we're going to have a look at this.
Would you spend, ignoring any other comparison of specification, would you spend £43 to not have a Snapdragon Elite processor?
I see. To get what instead?
A Intel Core Ultra 5 135H or whatever the hell it's called. Sorry, an Ultra 7 155H.
I mean,
would you spend £40 and not get the Snapdragon? Because I would. Because when I buy a laptop, I want it to work.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the Snapdragons yet. I haven't seen enough feedback because I've heard mixed reviews.
The thing I keep hearing is the fact that the graphics drivers just don't.
Yeah.
So anything that requires 3D acceleration doesn't.
Okay, yeah.
And it's just stuff like this. And like, you can't manually update the drivers. You have to wait for them to come out through Windows Update.
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
And just stuff like that. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it does sound like a very, very young platform, which it is.
Yeah.
But like, it's got early adopter problems. But the issue is, it's got early adopter problems and a 4-figure price tag.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, luckily the Dell one is only 750.
Yeah.
But for 750, you can buy a hell of a laptop otherwise. Still.
Yeah, that's it. And it's just like, why do you want to be a beta tester? Yeah. I mean, you get stunning battery life, but I don't know.
You get stunning battery life out of
I was going to say
Ryzen 7 and 8000 series and Intel Ultra series anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
I don't know why I just fitted that cable carefully back into its peg, because we're taking this needs to be stripped. Why am I hesitating? Right.
Laptops.
Okay.
Oh, Dell sell rugged laptops still?
Right. These hinges feel pretty stiff, so I'll these need to be cleaned. I'll give these a brush down and just back the screw off slightly just to loosen the hinge, and then we need to replace.
Wild.
The actual hinges themselves, though, aren't broken. The bottom case mounts, the top case mounts, these are all intact, so that's all fine. So the only thing that's actually broken here is the top lid, which is the top of the laptop. So I need a new one of these, but that's actually it. Everything else is intact. The screen is, the screen is fine. I probably should have tried turning it on. I guess we'll turn on the screen in a minute and just make sure that that's okay. The customer didn't say that the screen was broken, but I should probably double check just in case. So yeah, I'll finish taking this display assembly apart, and then we'll find a new top lid for it. And yeah, that'll be that thing made from cheese. Yeah.
So. Latitude 7330 Rugged Extreme. £3,725 and 24 pence.
24 pence.
Yeah. Gets you out the box an 11th gen i5. A 256 gig NVMe SSD.
Uh-oh.
A 13-inch screen. No fingerprint reader, no smart card reader, no express cards.
Oh.
Wi-Fi 6E. No mobile broadband. A 3-cell 53 watt-hour battery.
Wow.
But the best part is 8 gigs of RAM.
Jeez, for £3,000, did you say that was?
£3,725.
Blimey. Like, I would understand the low spec if it came with the card reader and stuff like that, because these are industrial laptops. These are the kind of laptops where you're going to use a smart card reader, a fingerprint scanner, and a WAN card and things like that. This is the kind of laptop where you actually use those features.
Yeah.
And it feels like that should be included as standard to justify the extreme cost of it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of terrible, man.
Yeah.
But also the kind of people that are buying these laptops don't really ask the price tag. Because,
no. But it's also just the fact of you buy this device, you give it to your user in the field, and they instantly turn around and say, this is shit and doesn't run my software.
Yeah.
Because it's only got 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage.
Yeah. Terrible.
It better be nuclear capable. Yeah. But like, what? That's actually crap.
Has it got on-site support? I mean, it probably will do, but then so does every Latitude, and Latitudes don't cost £3,700. So yeah.
But it's also the case of, for this much money, for that performance, you'd be better off buying £290 HP streams and replacing them once a year, or once every 6 months.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Again, like rugged extreme laptops go into environments that will just demolish equipment.
Yeah, but if this is the specification of it, it's the same as an HP stream.Maybe.
I guess it depends on how much it needs to survive.
Yeah.
I had a customer once who came in, and it didn't get done in the end, but they wanted me to, because the device was too old to actually do anything with. But they brought in a rugged laptop and they said, "Oh, can you get this working?" And I was like, "Yes." And in the end, we didn't go ahead because it was too old to be worthwhile. But she wanted me to get this rugged laptop working, and I was like, sort of, "Oh, you know, what's this used for?" And she said, "I'm a journalist, and my last laptop fell under the tracks of a tank."
Yeah.
So yeah, actually, I do need my laptop to I will be in places where mercenaries will grab my laptop out my hands and throw it across 10 feet away, and I'll need to go and pick that up and grab it because it's got the pictures on it that I took and stuff like that. You know, so there are certain cases where actually, yeah, you do need a laptop where you can actually just throw it across the room and it just shrug that off, you know. So, yeah, USA police cruisers use the rugged laptops, often the Panasonics. Yeah, it's that kind of thing, basically. You need to actually be able to just throw a rock at it and it not just immediately fail. Okay. Can I borrow the keyboard? I'm going to go eBaying. Thank you. Whoop. Documents are more important than specs. Yeah, in a lot of these cases, they don't necessarily need the laptop to be fast, although it does depend, though. If they are running software that they can't run, then yeah.
It's also just a case of it needs to be able to run Windows effectively.
Yeah, yeah.
And a £3,000 machine with that spec, I'd question the efficacy.
Yes. Okay, right. Let's find some parts, folks. Capture desktop with face. All right. Oh no, I searched for something. Go away. All right. All right. So, where's the bottom of this laptop?
Here.
Thank you. Although I don't think it's gonna.
Hardtech sputtering.
Ah. Do you want to know what the sputtering is? Yeah. The inside of this case, that sort of... Oh, idiot. Benchcan. It says Hardtech sputtering. The inside of these cases, that bronzy look that you're seeing, that's actually a conductive coating that keeps the electromagnetic interference inside the laptop. So the inside of this plastic is actually conductive, which is kind of fun. And yeah, that's what the sputtering is. That is a sputtered coating.
It's a method of metal deposition.
Yes. Random factoid for your desktop with face. There we go, I did it. All right. Efficacy, what an excellent word. Yes. Efficacy is a good word. What is the efficacy of this thing? Okay, right, eBay. So we had I'm going to find out exactly what this thing actually is first. So I'm going to go to Dell warranty check. Because look, going to the warranty check and bashing in the service tag is a really great way of finding out what you actually have. So this is 1MZLJT2. There we go. It's a Dell G315 3590.
Excellent.
Right, so G3 3590 is the bit that we actually care about. So G3 3590 lid. £22. That's better than I was expecting.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Like £30 would not have surprised me.
Oh, okay.
Like don't get me wrong, I really hate paying 30 and 40 quid for a sheet of plastic, but it's not uncommon for that to just be how much it costs. So yeah, 20 quid's pretty good going there. So we've got 19. I'm looking at that one because I can see the Dell logo. Like all of these should have the Dell logo on it. What does it say? Oh, that's just a weird angle, but that might actually be missing the inner ring there. I've had these show up and just the Dell logo, there's the indent, but the actual the actual like chrome bit is just not there, and you're like, thanks, this looks like crap. However, that one I can see does actually have the Dell logo on it, so yeah. Can we do any better than that? That one is probably okay. Yeah, no, that has got the Dell logo on it. Sometimes the Dell logo will be covered up because if they cover up the logo, they can pretend that they're not selling goods that they're not supposed to be. They're not importing Dell copyrighted parts. So the logo won't be visible in the picture, but when it shows up, it does actually have the logo on it. So, however, obviously, if you see the logo in the picture on the listing, you know it's definitely going to have it. So, then we're on to 30 quid, yeah. Yeah, that's £19 one. That looks like it's the cheapest.
Oh, yeah, and it actually lit up when you hovered on that one.
Yeah, you can see from those angles it's got it, because it's a weird, got a weird coating on it. Groovy, that looks correct. The screws are in the right place. It doesn't have the Wi-Fi antennas and stuff like that, but I wouldn't expect it to. But it does have, it's got the sticky strips already fitted, which is nice. So we're not going to buy a part where all of the stuff is missing and it's literally a piece of plastic. Because also, sometimes that can happen and then you've just got your work cut out. It looks like these are all the same and everyone is just competing to be £1 cheaper than the next person. And this person has won that game, so I will buy that. So I'm going to click buy it now. I will do that in a minute when I'm not on screen capture, so then it doesn't immediately dox all of my banking details. Huh.
No, my debt.
Spectre, thanks for the £2. I'm going to hand all of that back to you now. 2025 PC hardware predictions. Let's see. So, what's coming up this year? Well, CPUs are kind of already out, and AMD are going to have another year of kicking Intel's teeth in, it seems. The NVIDIA RTX 50 series is just going to be a lemon, because at this point, rumour has it that the 5070 is going to be the equivalent of a 4070, didn't you say?
Yeah.
Which, based on the fact of the 5090 and the 5080 were extremely underwhelming, looks like it's a given at this point that the 70 and 60 class cards are also going to be damp flannels, and it's going to be a case of no one cares. The 50 series, because it looks like the 50 series is just going to be a complete wash.
Yeah.
Like, why did you even bother releasing this? Why did you actually bother? Let's see. So really, the only thing that we're vaguely excited for are the new Radeons.
Yeah,
and yeah, it's
seeing how the 9950 X3D actually washes out.
Oh yeah, 9950 X3D, which I'm not personally excited for because I have no intention of buying what will probably be an £800 CPU. But on the flip side, though, it will be exciting if they make it will be exciting to get a flagship CPU that can best the 800X3D in gaming.
Possibly.
Because normally when you buy the flagship, it's not as good as gaming. And if they can actually solve that issue, it will mean that because while I've no intention of buying an £800 CPU, I wouldn't say no to one because my video editing pipeline is CPU bound.
Yeah.
So throwing more cores at my PC will make my video editing faster. But also I'm a gamer, so I actually want both. So that would give me the CPU that actually does it all.
Yeah.
However, also I'm not spending £800 on a CPU.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yes, that would be interesting. Other than that, yeah, I think we are refining and fermenting our copium for the 9070 release.
Yes.
It's going. Surely AMD won't miss. It's an open goal. It's an open goal. The keeper isn't just out midfield. The keeper has tripped and fallen over and is just face down on the grass. And the goal is open. You can't miss, AMD. just shoot at the net, please. So yeah. Why not get a second PC for editing? Because that will cost the cost of another PC, and at that point, yeah, I may as well buy that £800 CPU. So yeah, the keeper is on another pitch. Yes. But yeah, I was watching Wan Show today, and Linus kind of summed it up pretty good with Nvidia's current stance. Is, as Linus put it, he said, "Picture this: you're Nvidia. You are selling. There is only so many wafers that you can get from TSMC. You're selling all of them. You could sell it to data centers for AI, who love you and are paying you vast amounts of profit and making your shareholders extremely happy, or you could divvy it up into gaming graphics cards to sell at a small profit to the gamers that currently hate you and doesn't make you much money and doesn't make your shareholders very happy." Why is it that there are no 50 series cards? Can you tell why? Nvidia have no incentive whatsoever to care about gaming graphics cards. But also, this is the thing, is that AI bubble, I still say it's gonna burst, and when it does, the gamers are gonna be real butthurt for the way that Nvidia treated them. And if AMD don't screw it up, if AMD release some really good Radeons this generation, this might be the year of the Radeon.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Possibly. But yes.
We'll see.
We'll have to see what the pricing actually does.
My hope is that AMD officially has merch out. AMD officially has merch out? Adamant IT does have merch out. It already exists. You can buy it right now. I was about to say the merch is free. You can just take it home, but it's not free. You have to buy it. So yeah. I'm tired, man. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Good.
I'm gonna order that hecking thing before I forget. I'm gonna hit buy it now.
And buy a second one.
Buy a second one?
No, it was only because he'd already clicked buy now, but it didn't do anything.
Oh, I see, yeah. Where's my phone? I need 2FA.
Where can we find this amazing merch? Well, if there'd been a merch announcement video, you could find a link in the description.
Yeah. Sai, I need you. Get over here. Do the thing. Whatty? Merch link. Find me my merch store and post a link to it. I was in a different room. You're in another room and you just hear me from across the room going, "Sai, get in here!" Purchase using my Papley balance. Make me do the. All right, hang on a sec.
Your Papley balance.
Yeah. What is it? Is it fourthwall/adamantit.co or something?
Adamant-it-shop.fourthwall.com.
Fourthwall.com. I know, I'm fixing it. Oh, it's there. Okay. All right. It's too late, Sai. Oh, no. Oh, Sai got in there first with seconds to go. There we go. All right. Adamant IT, are you getting any requests to disable recall in Windows 11 yet? I'd actually completely forgotten that recall exists. I installed Windows 11 24H2 on my PC this week.
Yeah.
Is recall on? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, again, as far as I'm aware, you need to have a Copilot Plus PC and pay for Copilot Plus.
I do not have a Copilot Plus PC and I'm not paying for Copilot Plus. So, no, I guess not in that case. Yeah. Never hear of bookmark. You know what? Oh, it is bookmarked.
It's already bookmarked. It's already there. We've already done this.
I'm good at this. Turn on carrot browse. I don't know what that is. Escape. All right.
That says carrot browsing, not turn on Caradog browsing.
New Discord name. Was it carrot? Yeah,
Carrot.
carrot browser. Yeah, carrot browsy or something. Yeah, there we go. All right. You didn't recall that recall is a thing. Yeah. So recall it is disabled by default because it is a Copilot feature, and it requires you to have a Copilot Plus PC, which requires you to have all of the AI stuff. So yeah, and you're gonna need a subscription to that stuff. So, yeah.
Good.
So I don't think it actually requires doing anything with.
I was making sure that this was actually there.
Oh yeah, the Graham mug. Yeah. I the Graham mug exists. You can buy it. This mug could be yours. You could have a mug that has the Adamant IT logo on one side and my face on the other. And this was done by Page Cartoons, who is in chat at the moment, by the way. What an amazing mug that you can buy from the merch store. Hell yeah. So yes, you can have me doing the Dean pose from the Iron Giant because I think that pose is extremely funny. That's the only reason why that mug exists, is it's a joke that I think is funny. So yeah. What about the OG Derp Faces mug? I mean, we could make it happen. This is the thing, it doesn't cost me anything to have stuff here because it's print on demand. So yeah. I need to add more stuff though. This is why the merch video doesn't exist, because I want to add a couple more bits. But also, I've just got to announce it as is, haven't I? Announce it as, yeah. All right. Should we do it now?
No.
Okay. I was going to be like, I could just get up and just do a bit right now, and then we can just clip that out of the VOD, and I can just use that as the promo. All right. All right, I'll do it this weekend.
You have to do it properly.
Do it this weekend.
You have to do it properly. You also need to do an integration that you can have on Twitch.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, there is some crossover with the Twitch audience, yeah. Like, most people who watch me on Twitch are there just to watch me play games. They're not there for Adamant IT, per se, I don't think.
Yeah, but that's both.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm saying.
The Graham mug is both, you're right, yeah.
And you can put Graham merch on Adamant IT and cross-link it. That's what I meant.
Yeah, that
Don't
makes
bother
sense.
setting up a second one. Don't do...
No, that I wouldn't do that anyway.
Yeah, just stick everything in here.
Yeah, I get like 20 concurrents on Twitch. I don't need merch, you know. And this video is sponsored by my store. Yes, that is a plan. Yeah, that is the plan.
This video is sponsored by me and my merch store.
Indeed. It's brought to you by me. Good, all right. Include Nethersen merch. Yeah, effectively. Yeah, I don't know. Also, though,
I completely misread that the first time as Neth E-Stim merch.
Concern. Yeah. Also, though, like, I don't know what my branding for Twitch is at the moment, because for ages it's just been me with my Snufkin hat on. But like, long term, I should move away from the Snufkin hat brand, because fundamentally it's a cosplay, and and there's nothing stopping me from doing that as a bit, but like, I don't want to sell merch that's based on me in a Snufkin hat cosplay thing. So yeah, that's the other reason why I have no strong feelings toward that. So yeah. All right. Okay, I'm going to stack this laptop up. I'm going to tidy pile this. So this laptop now goes back on the shelf while it's waiting parts. Oh wait, I was going to see if this screen actually works. Let's plug that in and just make sure it actually functions.
Yes.
Yeah. So, do you want to put us on bench cam again?
Pow.
Right. So, all right. So I need that to be plugged in. Which way around does that go? Does that go that way? No, it can't go that way around. Hang on a minute. That's going to go in the laptop like that and then fold over, so it comes in from that angle. There we go. That makes more sense. Right. Connect screen. Plug the battery back in. The battery's probably flat because I don't think this laptop has been used in a long time. I'm going to carefully turn it all over. Activate. And a surprise to no one, the battery is flat. Let me grab a Dell charger. Does this take? It takes a big boy. Okay. Where is my fat boy Dell charger? You are 65 watts, but that should be enough to turn it on. What does this even have in it? It doesn't say. It's got NVIDIA discrete graphic.
An entire graphic.
Yeah, graphics.
All it has is a sticker.
Yeah. It's the Dell logo on top, holographic, you know. Okay. Okay, there we go. The keyboard backlight just came on, so it's doing something. I probably should have taken the SSD out. Okay, right. That's come on. All right, that'll do. You've attached an undersized... Oh, wow. It wants 130 watts. So, yeah, it has a graphics card in it. Let's go into BIOS setup. I'm curious. I nearly tapped the screen there. Just... BIOS set. I nearly did the customer thing where they go... And you have to be like, it's not a touchscreen, sir. You know? I was working on another laptop the other day when, as I was cleaning it, I was like, what's that on the screen? And you could see a signature in biro on the screen where the customer had at some point attempted to sign a document by drawing on the screen with a biro. And I'm like... Luckily, it comes off, you know, a little bit of isopropyl alcohol and that'll come off, but it's just like, no. All right, what is this? System information. i7-9750, that's not too shabby, 16 gigs of RAM. Does it tell me what graphics card it has? Oh, mouse in BIOS was a mistake. It's a 1660 Ti, so that's not too shabby. It says it's got 64 megabytes of video RAM, though. I'm not sure about that. I'm assuming that's just sharing system RAM. But yeah, 1660 Ti. This thing probably holds up pretty good.
Yeah, it's about the same as a 3050 laptop.
God, that's depressing, isn't it? You could probably buy one of these second-hand for 200 quid. Well, that might be a bit Larry, but...
400.
I'm curious, actually. Because, like, yeah, it's a 2019 laptop, but, yeah. This is what I mean when I say I don't hate this laptop. Like, yeah, you know, sure, the hinge is broke. That's not great. But, like, if you want a cheap gaming laptop, I think buying one of these is probably not a terrible idea. Yeah, Kiki says 200 to 250 for used. Like, that's kind of nuts.
This one, with an i7.
Yeah.
i7, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 SSD, 1660 Ti, 420.
Yeah. Old BIOS, probably, but yeah. 400 used on eBay. Yeah. Yeah, maybe find one a little bit cheaper if you go shopping, but still.
Nothing that has comparable specs for less than 400.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, the LCD...
Oh, a completely broken one for 190.
What's broken about it?
I don't know, but it's 190, not 400.
Yeah.
Not picking up GPU, no, has no hard drives, has no RAM.
Oh, that's... And they want 190... Oh, God. I hate the price of spares repairs stuff. Like, they want 190 quid for that, and the GPU is cactus, and they've stripped anything valuable out of it. They're basically selling a carcass for 190 quid, you know. And, like, I get this when I'm shopping for MacBook Airs to sell in the shop. You know, like, the going rate for an M1 on eBay is, like, between 350 and 400. And you see them with broken screens for like 360, 370, and you're like, my guy, the screen is broken and the cost price on the parts is £200.
Yeah.
That means your laptop is worth £170 now, because someone is going to have to pay £200 to get that to not have a broken screen. And that's assuming they're not paying labour charges because they're doing it themselves. So it frustrates me how much people want for broken stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm going to tidy pile this. It doesn't need a new LCD, which is the important thing. Is this... The LCD's nothing to write home about. I think it's IPS, but it's bad IPS, but yeah, it's not horrendous. Right, let's turn that off. Die.
Item description, specification. The CPU, the RAM, blah, 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 blah. Thermal cooling.
I see. As opposed to social cooling, where it's just slowly getting more distant from its friends, you know? Cool. All right, so I don't need to buy a new LCD for it. So we've got working hinges, we've got a working LCD. So we've bought a new one of these, which replaces all of these broken mounts. Unfortunately, the other problem as well is all of the screws for these are missing, and these screws are bastards to find. So that's going to be a pain in the ass, but I'll cross that bridge when I get there. Then I'll also need to recover. The new one won't come with the Wi-Fi antenna, so I'll need to pull those out. But you can pull those out and then stick them into the new one, so that's solvable. So I'm now just going to very roughly place all of this in here so I can put the laptop back on the shelf, basically. If the bezel had snapped, we could probably find a new bezel for about £10 as well, but this one is passable. It's a little bit mauled, but it'll clean up pretty good. The whole laptop is really grubby, like it's dusty and grimy, but that'll clean up. So yeah, no problem.
Yeah, the only downside with all of these is they all seem to be coming with like 256 gig SSDs.
Yeah, that's not the end of the world, because you can buy a 500. You could buy more storage, and it's
but
super
it's just
expensive,
more cost again.
Yeah,
so it's
true.
a case of the value of them is.
Yeah. What you're actually getting is the cost of the laptop plus the cost of a SSD that can actually store more than one game. Because this is probably from the era, like this one's got a 512 in it, but if it comes, the 256 isn't enough to do anything with, and 256 might also come with like, there might be a couple of these kicking around that have like 128s with a 1 terabyte hard drive or something, and like you're just instantly going to want to throw that hard drive over a fence. So I'm going to screw the Wi-Fi card back in so it doesn't get lost. Actually, I will put all the screws back in the laptop. I was about to say I'll get a pot to put the screws in, but there's not actually many screws, so. All right, I'm going to roughly reassemble this, and then I might grab that HP and just start servicing that, because it only came in today, but also I've got a HP gaming laptop that came in, and it just needs a service and some more RAM, but it doesn't need to sit around for a week to get that done. So also, I lied, I am going to get a screw pot.
I used to be indecisive, now I'm not so sure.
Yeah. There we go. I can go like that. And have I got a spare bit of paper or something? No, I'll just put these to one side. Right. To the shelf with you. Good.
Shelf of horrors.
Now for something that looks exactly the same, except it says HP on it instead of Dell. Like, seriously, they were cribbing each other's homework on these things. i5 9th Gen. Oh yeah, this is literally just what HP were selling at the same time. This is literally HP's equivalent of that. Cool.
Power.
Yeah. I mean, I want to put more memory in it, so I think I'm going to start by taking the bottom cover off, because you can see that this thing's going to need a clean out on the inside, and it's in for servicing. So we're going to do thermal paste and stuff like that on this. So yeah, I'm taking this apart.
As JD says, they worked really hard to rebrand a Clevo.
Yeah. The problem with Clevos is it's a bastard to find spares for them. Like, again, this is why I don't hate that Dell, because sure, the hinges break, but the parts for it are everywhere. You know, at least you can fix the damn thing. And this is the problem, is just, we can certainly have a conversation about how likely something is to break, but in a way, I'd rather have something that is possibly a little bit flimsy, but is cheap and easy to repair, than something that is built really well, but completely irreparable, you know.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Microsoft Surface. You know,
that's a completely different product.
Yeah,
the Microsoft Surface.
Yeah, the Microsoft Surface laptops. They're really nice, but if one of those falls off the table, you're done. You are brown bread, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Where does this open up? Back here. Back here. Looking for a gap. Oh, I think I have something. Come on, get in there. Let me in. Let me in. Open up. There we go. All right. It has 2 4s in it for 8 gigs, one of which is not in properly. So that's working by hopes and dreams. Ew, hard drive. Gross.
It might have 4 under the keyboard. It might also have 2 RAM slots under the keyboard.
I don't think so. I don't think it's thick enough for that. But also, this does, well, the customer said it had 8 gigs of RAM, and that's a 4 gigabyte module. So it's I can't see a world where there's another 2 slots under there. You are correct, though. A lot of gaming laptops will have RAM modules on both sides.
Yeah. Just because this looks exactly like the Clevo, and the Clevo has RAM modules under the laptop, under the keyboard.
Yeah.
And it has laptops under the laptop. The laptop has laptops.
Can you tell we're both tired? Yeah. All right. Hard drive, but at least has an M.2. Yes, this is true.
Does it actually have one in the slot? Oh, yeah,
it does. Yeah, it's probably 128 gigs or something heartbreaking like that. I always get roasted in the comments for roasting people's computers, and like, it's not that I'm trying to crap on people's stuff. It's just you want more, you know. But that much being said, though, like, I mean, I said about the Dell G3 that in all probability there's a lot of those. There's probably going to be a bunch of those kicking around with 128 gig SSDs and a 1 terabyte hard drive in this configuration. This is a 2019 laptop. I can't remember where did I find. Oh yeah, well it's a 9th gen Intel.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's 2019, isn't it? Yeah. So you know. So as much as I'm just like, gross hard drive, it's period correct for that. SSDs still weren't quite a give, you know. For a high-end laptop, SSDs were still just slightly too expensive, because you could buy a laptop that would have an SSD in it as standard, but you're going to get like 256. And on a gaming laptop, that's not enough storage. They don't want to give you a 512 or 1 terabyte SSD, so they're going to give you a small SSD and a 1 terabyte hard drive. But yeah, also, yeah, I don't know what graphics card this thing has in it. We'll find out when we turn it on. But this would be a great candidate just to pull both of those out, throw them over a fence, and stick a 1 terabyte in there.
For the princely sum of like £70.
Yeah. Let's get the battery out there, and then I'm going to take the cooling system apart on this because it's in for service. So we're going to do thermal paste and everything because it's a gaming laptop. I don't think this one, based on the customer, I don't think this one has actually ever been used for gaming. However, these guys are all thirsty boys, so they pump out a lot of heat, and that means they're probably, even if it hasn't done a lot of gaming, it's probably cooked its thermal paste. That isn't the original battery, I don't think. Hard to tell because it's got a warranty sticker over the top of the brand, but yeah, that doesn't look like a HP bat to me. Let's take that out.
It says HP Inc. Thailand.
Did you check that it actually works? I didn't, and you're right, I should have actually. This is something I actually always tell to work experience students and stuff like that is turn it on and reproduce the fault first. Because if I go to town on this thing and then I push the power button and it doesn't turn on, I won't know if that was a pre-existing problem or whether I've broken it. So, you know what? I'm just going to quickly stick the memory in, plug a charger in and just make sure it posts.
What? This is an 11.55 volt nominal battery. What?
Yeah, but like this motherboard is probably NVDC. It's probably narrow voltage range, so like the main power rail on this board is probably running like 12 or 13 volts.
Yeah, but 11.55 nominal.
Oh, I see. Just that.
What
like,
a friggin' weird number.
Yeah, laptop batteries always run a weird number, and I don't know why. Like you'll see, yeah, because like So the reason why this is weird is that a LiPo cell is 3.7 volt nominal. So a 3, and this is but also like this has 4 cells in it. So this is this is 4 cells, and the BMS is then chopping the voltage down to 11.55, and I have no idea why. So yeah, or actually, it's only 4,300 milliamp hours. So actually, I think this is a 2-cell. I think it's 2-cell series.
It's just weird.
No, that's not how. I can't remember. The cell design in laptop batteries is weird, and I don't know why they do that. So yeah, but yeah, to continue what I was saying, if you had say a 3-cell battery, 3.7 times 3 is 11.1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would expect it to be 11.1 volts nominal. But then also though, laptop batteries, they charge the cells to like 4.4 volts, 4.5 volts. And I don't quite understand what the science behind that is either. Yeah. I don't know if they're just LiPo cells that are designed to be a little bit overdriven so you can charge them faster.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Pianov just said 3 cells at 3.85 nominal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with that? Do they just manufacture? Is it still just a LiPo cell that's just designed to have a higher maximum charge? Because like if you look at any other LiPo cell, it would be 3.7 nominal. So yeah, I'm curious as to what the deal with that is. Yeah, charge voltage would be 4.3 or so. Yeah. Because they do that because if the voltage can run higher, it means you can pump in high amperage for longer, which means fast charge. So it allows you to charge at high current all the way up to like 80%, whereas normally you hit maximum voltage like 50% in the charge, and which means the back half of the charge takes forever. Cool, I'm going to carry on taking this apart.
I thought you were putting it back together.
Oh yeah, you're right, yeah. All right, hang on a sec.
See if it works.
What charger does this thing want? It wants Slim HP. I think, where is my Slim HP?
All Type-C.
Do you reckon on a 2019?
Well, it's got a squiggle above the Type-C port.
Oh yeah, it might be
reading what the
Thunderbolt then.
squiggle is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a Thunderbolt on it.
Okay, well, you tell you what, we'll put that to the test then.
Or a lightning bolt, should I say. Because you can't have a bolt of thunder.
I'll be surprised if this runs off of Thunderbolt, but let's try it because it just means that I can grab this power bank here. Thank you.
It's here.
Thank you. Because also I've put my HP charger somewhere and I don't know where it is. It won't be far. Oops! It won't be far away.
Ah!
All right. Well, the power bank turned on. Do we have? That's network lights. There are no indicator lights. I'm going to carefully open it up.
They're blinking light.
No, I don't think it wants to go.
Yeah.
It might work if if it had been turned on and it had a battery in it. It doesn't look like it's going to turn on under these circumstances.
Yeah.
Was there anything else under there? No. I don't like putting laptops down with the bottom cover off, so I try to avoid that. But yeah, right. Where's my heckin' HP charger? I have one. What are you? Are you? Nope, that's Dell 130. Where are you?
And I'm so sorry.
Ah, there it is.
Hold on.
Oh no. I've got another laptop over there that is in for service, but it's got some wacky fault where it takes about 6 hours to start Windows. And that's not an exaggeration. The spinner just stutters slightly, but if you leave it overnight, I'll come in the morning to find that it has booted up Windows and Windows runs just fine. It just takes 6 hours to start up. And I'm like, where do you even start with that, man? So yeah, I'm a bit confused. Whoop. Ah, there we go. I was like, uh-oh, there's no light on the charger. Activate. Okay, there we go. We've got a power button.
I'm pleased we have a power button.
Oh, escape. Because HP. Oh, it's RAM training because I took out the battery, so the BIOS is reset. HP laptops don't have an RTC battery, so if you take out the main battery, the BIOS resets. Clone the disk, repair upgrade over it, boot live. Yeah, that might be the way, but also the laptop is in for a heavy-handed cleanup. It had like 4 antiviruses on it and stuff like that. And
is there anything actually on it?
That's just it. I don't think there's a lot, and the customer just needs it to browse the internet and stuff. So I'm very tempted to
just
be like,
do a reinstall of Windows and just stick Chrome on it and be like, here you go.
Yeah, that's kind of the direction that I'm going in.
Because
I'm just
the worst that happened, just snapshot the drive.
Yeah.
Keep a snapshot for 30 days, 60 days, and just reinstall.
Yeah. I that's kind of the direction I'm going in. I'm like, there's not a doubt in my mind that this is solvable, but also, do I actually need to solve this problem? No, probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, this has gone into BIOS. So yes, the laptop works. So yeah, it's got a i5. Oh yeah, it did say i5 on it. Yeah, i5 9300H. Doesn't tell us what graphics card is in this one though. In any case, okay, I'm going to carry on servicing. And then we can move to software. Just boot save mode and run the AV removal tools. Maybe the issue is because it takes 6 hours for the laptop to turn on. I kind of have to like decide what I'm doing fairly carefully. I need to try and get it into safe mode again though. Yeah, because I think the last time I turned it on, I tried to go into safe mode and it just didn't. Whatever.
Yeah. Or just, yeah, I don't know.
Like
I'm taking the super lazy option. Just snapshot and reinstall.
Yeah, that's just it. I have a feeling that, you know, this is a puzzle that I don't actually have to solve. So, yeah. But yes, yeah, it looks like the kind of customer where every time a window pops up saying, get this to protect your computer, they're like, okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, when you do that, you end up with a lot of crap on your computer. Right.
Also, the case of if it's some weird, functionally scam. thing, you've no idea what it's actually done.
Yeah.
And it could have done something somewhere.
How do these bits come off? These little back bits need to come off. How do you?
Why do I need to?
Because these plastic bits are blocking this plate, and I need that plate to come off so I can take all the cooling system out.
Oh, I see. Okay. I was looking at it like, you've already taken out the RAM. Yeah.
Normally they just pop off at this point. Oh, there we go. Oh. This is why I don't like doing live repairs, you know. Everyone watches me struggle.
Normally they just pop. Oh!
There we go. Also, just shout out to when you see laptops like this, where there's just like a heat pipe just from there to there across the VRMs. Like, okay. Like, where are you going? It's. I assume it's just there to add just a bit of thermal capacity, but like, I don't know, man. I'm assuming the people who design these things know more about cooling than I do, so.
I guess it also just helps keep the temperature balanced across the two sides of the.
Who knows?
Because obviously, if you're doing GPU heavy but little CPU, the CPU side will be cold.
Maybe.
So you'll move in that direction. Whereas if you're doing something CPU heavy and not GPU heavy, it'll move in.
Because, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think heat pipes are directional though. Although I could be wrong. It might depend on the heat pipe design. You know, perhaps this heat pipe is not directional and
They're directional from hot to cold.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't there like some wick at the cold end though? I don't know. I can't remember. I think there is a bit more to it. When I did that one video where I showed the failed heat pipe in the Dell laptop, and I did the thermal imaging of it showing the failure mode, there were a bunch of really interesting comments of people who did know a lot about heat pipes there. But yeah. Just quickly check in chat. Let's see. Does it boot the same way with a different drive in it? Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, I should probably do that, David Patton. Yeah, I should probably just drop another SSD in and just make sure it boots properly with a test install of Windows. That's a very wise move, because if I put in a test SSD and that does exactly the same thing, then that means that there's something hardware going on with it. So yeah. Cooling is irrelevant if the customer is sitting on a cushion or a duvet. Yeah, I have to tell people about that regularly, because yeah, kids, they want to sit on their bed on their laptop, and it's like, no, do not. That needs to unplug. Come on. Come on. Or don't, okay.
Where is this HP? The slow
yeah, it's there. I don't know where I'm pointing.
That doesn't help. There's like 97 computers over there.
Immediately on your left now. Yes.
As opposed to this HP.
The one that's open, yeah. I was going like, you don't get to do that because the one you're looking at is an Apple, so, but it's sitting on top of a HP. I'll give you that. Fans. 4AV on a spinning drive. Yeah, well, luckily I think that thing did have an SSD in it. Yeah, I did check and it had a 250 in it. Yeah, thankfully I don't come across hard drives very often anymore. Which in a way is a shame because, man, for the past 5 years or so, computer shops like me have made a killing from just upgrading people from hard drives to SSDs. That has been a solid money maker, just doing SSD upgrades. And yeah, that's a dead market now. Or the market, what do you say? The market is saturated. Everyone has been upgraded. Everyone has an SSD now. I guess that would be the thing. Graham, man, got to tidy the shop. I'm working on it. This shelf is slightly tidier than it was. I know it doesn't look it, but okay, right.
An Intel Optane drive.
Optane jump scare.
Replaced with HP. No, I don't think I will.
Oh, here's a Ghost Spectre SSD if that's what you were looking
Yeah.
for.
I like the silk screening on this though.
What, on the Optane drive?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I've the fans are ready to come out. So now when I take out the screws from the heatsink, the whole cooling assembly should lift out with it.
I presume.
A pox on Optane.
Huh? I don't know what APOX is.
The indefinite article, a singular pox. Just one of them. Oh. Screwdriver, please. Nope, it doesn't like that. Oh, what's happened to you? Oh, that screw. There we go. That screw was biting a lot, and the electric screwdriver was like, no, I'm going to shred the head if you try and make me take that out. Thanks. Good. Right, now I shall gently wiggle.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah.
There we go, there we go, there we go.
Almost.
We going? Are you going? Something is holding on. Something's holding on the right, and I'm not sure what it is. It's sticky tape, that's fine. Okay, there we go.
And my heatsink is attached with sticky tape.
Whoa. 20 screws in that heatsink. It's not too bad. This laptop hasn't been too bad to disassemble, I would say. I'm not a fan of the weird back bits on there. But yeah, it's not too terrible. And the thermal paste was... Oh yeah, no, I think that's worth doing. It's not mega... For a minute, I thought thermal paste was still wet.
Why are you still awake?
Yeah, thermal paste was not terrible, but I still think that was worth replacing. All right, I'm going to get some kitchen towel and wipe all this down.
Oh, really?
Are you winning over there, or do you need assistance?
It's one where it doesn't come apart the way I thought it did. Because I thought it came on here, but it's here.
Yeah.
Should I turn this off?
Yeah,
I guess we're going to do that.
Yeah, we'll attempt the thing. No, never mind, too late.
The clickiest of buttons.
Yeah, I was about to say we'll configure it to automatically go into safe mode before we shut it down. However, yeah, it doesn't matter. Just so I don't have to try and crash it into safe mode if we do resort to that. Also, though, considering I'm getting to the point where I'm having to mess around with it, it's worth just getting a backup of the customer's SSD anyway, because that means that we can then go in guns blazing. And if we completely lunch the Windows install, then we can just restore the backup.
Oh, come on.
Okay. Old thermal paste gone. Anything else I want to do while I'm here? I don't think so. I'm going to quickly take the heatsink out the back and just blow the dust out of the fans.
I'm going to take this out back and
shoot it. Yeah. I'll quickly mute myself because I'm going to go out and make a load of noise. Back in a moment, everyone.
Pow. Hello. Come on. There you go. You've all gone.
I return.
Hello.
Also, Pianov, while you're about, can I pick your brain on a Mac? If you would be so kind. Because I started working on a, what was it? I have on my bench an A2485. Board number is 820-02100. Yeah. And it has an exploded speaker amplifier. And I'm wondering how difficult it's going to be to find a replacement chip. Da, 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 da. Thermal paste. I did not get it. I thought I picked up the film. Oh, it's over there. That's why. Thank you. Gonna watch the football. Fair enough, Sleepwalker. Enjoy. I hope the sports team wins.
Did the ball go?
Sports! Thermal paste. Yeah, thermal paste. And thermal paste. Here we go. Alright. Put all that back on.
Why aren't you going?
Okay, lay that down there. And have all of those cables. One of the things I don't like about this design is that the Wi-Fi antenna cables and the display cable, they kind of go through, they go underneath these heat pipes. So you kind of have to make sure that none of that gets pinched or trapped when you put the heatsink down. I'm also just going to peel that off, just so it's not in the way, because it doesn't really need to be there. All right.
Oh, I missed.
Screws. Moito, Mac. Yes. Also, just I didn't see Moito about in the chat. I was going to drop him a message later on and pester him the same question. I took an exploded speaker amp and an exploded capacitor that had caused the speaker amp to explode off of the logic board, and that cleared a main rail short. However, it doesn't look like the laptop wants to charge, and unsurprisingly the audio doesn't work. So I'm currently in that midpoint where I'm just like, okay, it powers on now, but I still don't know I still don't know how close I am to winning. Right.
Come here.
And yes, you do need to take off both rubber feet on that as well, as an FYI.
Yeah, I've taken the two out the back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it was just the fact that I was just like, oh, there's the two visible here, and couldn't remember if there was.
It is as bad as you would. If you think there's a screw there, there is a screw there.
It's also just as stupid as you think it is.
Yeah. Right, that's on. I've completely forgotten where any of these screws came from, so I'm just going to do this by ear now. Right, those were the back cover bits. Got 4 there. How many screws did I have for the fans? I think it was just 1 screw per fan. I've got the cover plates. Most of these screws are the same, so I can just start using them up.
Oh, there's going to be another screw in the middle, isn't there?
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't there be?
The whole thing's got to come off.
Why wouldn't there be an unnecessary hidden screw?
Yeah. Not sure. You don't have any experience on the newer models. That's fair. Probably got to get it in unknown condition on AliExpress or from a donor. Yeah, I feared that might be the answer. From what I've heard, though, enough damage on speaker amp reset L is common and sometimes goes back to the M1. Ugh. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing I noticed. That after I cleared the main rail short, the battery is fully charged, so the laptop powered on, but the Wi-Fi wasn't working either, which has me extremely worried. So yeah, I need to have a look at the Wi-Fi and find out what might be wrong with that. Because, yeah, no Wi-Fi is obviously a deal breaker. Like, I've checked in with the customer, and the customer is just like, if the speakers don't work, that's not the end of the world, because I use a smart speaker anyway. However, no Wi-Fi, that's going to be a deal breaker. This makes me want to repaste my laptop and desktop. It's worth doing now and then. The desktop, probably not so much, but yeah, laptops, it's worth checking it once in their lifetime, I think, especially if it's a gaming laptop. I'm doing this extremely slowly because I'm tired and streaming, but, you know. Oh, it's got one of them wonky M2s where it looks like the board designer was drunk. Sorry, I want to show, pass it over here. I'm just going to show this off. Oh, could you go to Benchcam again, please? Design. So, just one of those moments where the board designer was just like, how do I make this fit? Sure, we'll just put it at 3 degrees. I hate it. Anything else noteworthy in this? Not really. It's pretty clean, this laptop, actually. Like, it looks pristine in here. No dust on it. A screw hole here on ground. Angle it, yeah. Right. Where was I? Wi-Fi card. Wi-Fi antennas.
Of course. The case screw holds the logic board in.
Yeah, on a couple. Yeah, that's common on a lot of laptops, though, to be honest. So, yeah, not going to fault them for that.
It's like, sure, okay.
Right, that's in.
Oh, wait.
That's in.
That one.
That's in. I'm going to grab... No, actually, we'll carry on reassembling, and then I'll put the memory in. These cover plates go on now.
I like that there's the space for a hard drive, in the sense they've done all this junk, but then there's no connectors for it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
there is an unnecessary board where it would connect to. So there's an extra fly lead and board. It doesn't connect to anything.
Oh, that's the SD
Oh wait,
card.
is it the card
Yeah,
reader?
that's
Oh yeah,
SD
it's the card reader.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just like, okay.
It is weird where the priorities seem to lay in OEM systems occasionally. You'll see them do something where you're like, wow, so cheap, man. But then they'll do something else which is just extremely extra. And you'll be like, it's just weird where their priorities lay. All right, zap all of these in.
FU1. Oh, okay.
Am I doing that right?
Interesting that this card reader is a 2019 card reader, but this logic board is a 2021 logic board. The main board is 2021 Rev 2.
That chassis has been around for a long time, so yeah. That's one of those HPs that where when you see the older chassis that have like dead CPUs and stuff, they're good candidates for motherboard upgrades. Like when you come across those that have like a dead PCH or something, they're actually worth buying new motherboards for, because there's a good chance you can buy a motherboard that has a CPU that's like 2 generations newer, and then and you can do that for like, you know, £120, and you can upgrade and, you know, a 7th gen i3 into like a 9th gen i5 or something like that, and actually make the laptop completely viable again. So that's one of the nice things about HP, is that their common chassis are everywhere. And yeah, that just booted up straight away. So yeah, no hardware issues, but that was still a good shout, I think, to test that out. Are you supposed to go under that notch? Yes, I've fitted that incorrectly. Can I bully you under there? Yes, I can. I'm a genius. All right. That's in, that's in. Cool. All right, plastic covers. And one. And oh, this is the one that didn't want to come off. Hold on.
Ha! Yeah.
There we go. 2. It's always depressing when you spend all that time taking a laptop apart and then you get your quick answer. It's like, well, guess I'll just put it back to how it was now.
Well, no.
Oh yeah, we were going to back up the drive, weren't we? Yeah, all right. Never mind. Right, I think I've put at least some screws in the wrong place, so I'm keeping an open mind about these screws. I was not paying close attention. Normally I'd be paying a lot more attention as to where I'd taken screws out from in a laptop. This time around, I was not paying attention, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of detective work and be like, that's supposed to go there. But it's okay. You can always redo a screw. Right, let's grab this memory kit. One 16 gig memory kit.
Did it?
One of them NVMe cloner docks. Yeah, I do have one of those, and I do use it on occasion. However, they clone from one drive to another, and that's not what I want to do. I use it for literally cloning drives now and then. However, in this instance, we want to back up the drive, so I just back up in Windows.
Wow. I'm gonna give you a present.
A present?
Yes.
I'm concerned.
Good. Where are you?
Blister packs, man.
Ah, oh, damn it.
Nope.
I stuck it in my laptop bag.
I'm waiting in trepidation.
I don't have it with me.
Okay, understandable. Oh, come on. Oh, my days. There. One. Please, people, just cardboard packaging. I'm begging you. Just put it in cardboard. Everyone was savaging the new NVIDIA Founders Edition boxes. And I'm just like, no, it's fine with me, mate. Just put it in cardboard. I don't give a crap. All right, there we go. This RAM isn't super fancy, but neither is the stuff coming out. It doesn't need to be for a laptop like this. This is a 9th gen i5. It does not care about RAM speed. 2666 is fine.
How?
Oh, that notch is just... There we go. Made sure that's closed properly. What price were the SP RAM? So these 16 gig kits, these are like £20 on Amazon right now, if my memory serves me. £21, something like that. And it's just like, if you look on eBay for second-hand RAM, you'll have trouble finding something that cheap. You know, for second-hand RAM, you might be able to buy one at like £8 for an 8 gig module. So that would work out a bit cheaper, but 20 quid for a 16 gig RAM kit. Like, I bought this just to keep in stock, expecting to break it into 2 separate 8 gig modules to upgrade other laptops. But it's actually a fairly cheap way of just buying RAM. So yeah, good price to use the SSDs and NVMEs. Yeah, I mean for SSDs, I usually try to go with like Crucial or someone like that. But for the RAM, it's fine. It's fine and cheap.
How do backup disk? There we go.
Are you winning over there, Caradog?
I clicked the wrong thing twice and was very confused why it didn't do what I expected.
What's the die name? It is... it's SEC, so that's Samsung, isn't it? Samsung Electronics Company is SEC, I think.
Yes. What shall I call the backup folder for this HP?
I would just call it... what are you? Call it HP 255 G8.
255 G8.
And that will do. Have I forgotten anything? No, I've just got to figure out where all these screws go. So I'm going to keep putting screws in and I will move them about as I require. So we definitely had screws in the battery. Is there going to be hot wine? Not today. We should have though. Today would have been a good day for it. It's a bit too late to set that up now. Are you in properly? That doesn't feel right.
Path not found. Should it be created? Yes, it should.
I'm just going to loosen that screw just so when I put in the other screws they can all settle into place.
Boo-doo-boo.
Will there be latest BIOS on these laptops? If Windows Update finds one, but like, if it doesn't need it, I've no incentive to do it. Because like, what's the, it's only in recent times that BIOS updates have actually mattered for consumer computers. So yeah, like if Windows Update says, hey, we've got a new BIOS for this thing, I'll be like, yeah, go ahead, sure, install it. But for anything else, I'm just, at any other time, I'm just like, no, you're fine. Right. Now I need to figure out what all these other screws I've got left over are. So
there we go. That's
we've got
like it.
4 big boy screws in the back. We've got 4 small screws along the front, which leaves me with 3 smalls and 1 long left over that I have not put somewhere. How do I have 4 screws left over? How on earth did I miss 4 screws?
2 out of here, 2 out of there.
Oh, I think you're right, actually, yeah. Yeah, you're right, those are covered up. Yeah, those are the flat ones. And I'm missing a flat one, and I know exactly where I put that. I put that there, which means that takes the long one.
Good. There is one there. What are you?
Nope, where did I put the flat one?
You are a crime. That's why
you are there. Yeah, there it is. That goes there, and the 2 long ones go in there. There we go, that makes more sense now.
Whoop.
Do I want a cider? I kind of want some cider. I might. What's the stream timer on?
2 hours.
That's not too shabby. Yeah.
Oh, good. My noises of discontent earlier were just because the SSD was backing up at 9 megabytes a minute.
Ah, pain. Yeah.
But it's now gone up to 10 gigabytes a minute, which is far more reasonable.
Phew.
Well, if it was only doing 9 megabytes a minute, that's an answer as to why it would be booting really slowly.
Yeah, that is true, yeah. I'll give that. Where's the toothbrush? I've blown the dust off of this, but it's done that thing where you can still see the dust pattern, but there's not actually very much dust if you go close up. It's, that wants a toothbrush to clear that. Sorry, there was more dust than I expected. Oh, dead skin cells.
Oh, your tape is failing on your customer screaming wall.
Oh, yes, it is. Those are all held on with all of those ones are held on with
Hopes and dreams.
Yeah, command strips. So at some point I just need to pull them all down and use the adhesive that I've got.
Yeah. Although if you do that, it's worth doing that at a time when there's not stuff here, so you can repaint the walls. Because we didn't do in here, did we?
No. I don't super care about it in here, but then it would be nice.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
It'd be also nice to be able to do it at least on that wall and this wall.
Yeah,
because they're the two that appear on.
And build up the set.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like, while we don't need a set, but it's like sort of. But it would be nice to have an actual YouTuber set.
Yeah.
That was originally why we put the shelves here, because we were like, oh, we're going to have a set and stuff, and it's just yeah. That would be nice. I can almost pretend I'm a real YouTube channel.
Not yet. Because you don't have
This
bisexual
stream was
lighting.
brought to you. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. No bisexual lighting. I thought we were about to go into. I was about to cut you off with a Raid Shadow Legends. Drop,
I wouldn't have a problem with you doing that if you replied to your emails and had actually got sponsored.
They're going to pay me $12,000. And I will assure you that I play it every day.
I mean, if they paid you $250, that would be a start.
I'm worth more than that.
Are you?
Yeah. Oh. I've used a wrong screw somewhere. These screws looked the same, however, the case screws are machine finished and have slightly narrower heads. So I've put one of those somewhere in the laptop, so now I need to find it again.
I also meant this stream being worth more than $250 for sponsorship.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, no, this stream isn't worth $250. Yeah.
I didn't mean your channel that actually gets 10,000+ views on a video.
Yes.
I meant this that gets 4,000 on a good day. Would you shill for Raid Shadow Legends if they offered you like 2,000 a video?
No, I don't think so. Not. I think on principle, no to Raid Shadow Legends. Like I might...
If that was per video, unlimited number of videos, yes, because I would also do a month of uploading a video every day.
Oh, I've put it on like one of the back corners underneath the plastic bits or something. I've put it in the worst possible place. Oh wait, there it is. I found it.
Did you ever get back in contact with Secure?
No, I didn't get around to it. So yeah, I need to get back to Secure and I need to get back to JLC PCB because those are the two potential sponsors that I care about at the moment. Well, sorry, I'll rephrase that. JLC is the sponsor that I care about, and Secure want me to look at some of their new equipment, which I'm actually interested in doing because Secure do actually have some interesting equipment out at the moment. I want to look at their new soldering iron and I want to look at their new hot tweezers because their soldering iron takes JBC tips, which makes it immediately interesting.
Yeah.
And the hot tweezers are probably very handy because I remove a lot of dead capacitors, and a pair of hot tweezers would be really nice for that.
Yeah.
However, most of the time, hot tweezers are kind of expensive, and I'm just like, I just don't think they're worth it. Okay, right. Now I can put in all of the screws. War Thunder would be a decent one to look into. Yeah, I think War Thunder seems to be fairly inoffensive. I'm sure there's a conversation to be had about pay to win and stuff like that. But I don't think I would call them as predatory as a mobile game. However, also that'd be a hard sell for me because I do not play War Thunder, and
The case isn't clipped here.
oh yeah,
And
haven't set
I
that.
couldn't do that from that angle.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't play War Thunder, and I wouldn't be able to do a pitch for it where I pretend to play it. Although I could do a comedy pitch where I'd be like, play War Thunder. I hear it's pretty good, and you drive a ship around and you blow up the other ships, and sometimes they blow you up, and you buy it now and you use my code and you get the shiny ship, which apparently was a big deal during World War something or other. And I think a lot of people really like this ship, and so they put it behind a paywall, but use my code and you get it free. So to play War Thunder now, using the link down below. That's it. That's the pitch. Thanks for enduring the video, the advert for the video. Here's the rest of the video. All right, thank you. You know, that like I could do that as a bit. That would be funny. Rick and Morty style, yeah. You know.
I thought you were also going to riff on War Thunder and say, if you want classified documents, check out that forums.
Reset that clock.
I mean, because there's already been one this year.
It's very funny. It's so funny. I like it. Well, it's funny to me because I don't have a horse in the race, but I love their Twitter responses when someone asks them saying, would you like the documentation for insert tank here? And they're replying with like Pinkie Pie memes saying, I will cut you and things like that. Good. Right. Now I've got to clean up the inside. All right, yeah. Clean up the inside as a special treat.
What is that?
Glass cleaner. It is
Okay.
Tesco window and glass and a microfiber cloth. And I just spritz the laptop down.
Because it seemed very polishy when you buffed it up on the top cover.
Yeah, it's just what it does. But yeah, it's not polished.
Oh, that does me
Oh, what,
the heebie-jeebies.
the flex?
Jesus wept.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a lot of flex in these things. But
Oh boy.
I'm just for context, my hand is on the back of the screen and I'm supporting the back of the screen. So
That doesn't change the fact that looks like it's made out of tissue paper.
made of cheese, as I would say.
God.
I kind of want to steal that from Sai and put it on a t-shirt of just a laptop with broken hinges and just the tagline made with cheese. Because, like, part of me is just like, is that funny? And I'm just like, actually, yeah, it is. Because that's just the state of modern consumer laptops. And, well, that's not funny, that's depressing. But it's funny because it's depressing.
Well, Sai hasn't got a merch store selling shirts with that meme on. Sai also doesn't have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, he doesn't have
so his opinion doesn't matter.
You got there first, yeah.
Ah yes, this floor is made of floor.
And a million dead capacitors that I've just thrown aside. There we go, that looks a lot nicer. And actually, I'm going to give that some actual polish as well, because sometimes when laptops are just in for a basic repair, I'll give them just a very basic wipe down. But like this laptop is in for a service. It is here to get some love. So I'll actually give it the work. So I've done the Tesco window and glass. Now I'll just use the multi-surface polish. Don't spray this on the LCD. This is for the plastics only. So I'm going to angle away from the screen when I spritz that.
Oh, okay, it's an 8 gig module.
And this is the one that makes it smell nice. But also, this leaves a nice finish on the laptop. and it means that your fingers just glide on it really nicely, so it feels nice. Whereas after you go over it with window and glass, that's going to take off all the grime and stuff, and it will go very grippy, which just feels horrid. So yeah, the polish gives it a nice finish, and it makes it smell nice. Are you okay over there?
Nominal voltage 11.34 volts. Oh dear.
The cloth is screaming, "Wash me or kill me." Yeah, well, they get... Yeah, the cloths get dirty. They go in the wash now.
That looks really clean for here.
It's not too shabby. You can go pretty far, though. However, this one is on its way out, though. Yeah, that one is due for a wash. I'll give you that. There we go. That's a lot nicer. Let's just get that thermal paste off the bench. There. Is good. Oh. Old. Okay. There was a speck of dust on the LCD. There sure was.
It still is.
Yeah. And when I move it over there, another speck of dust will land on it. That's kind of how that works, you know.
Get sponsored by Mr. Sheen.
All right. CMOS checksum is invalid. Yes.
So you know how I love polishing?
I don't think it would work out. Artisanal polish.
This polish is made with hard beeswax from local bees, fed only an organic diet of lavender.
Right, that's booting up. The speakers look dope. The actual speaker grill looks cool, but the actual speakers inside looks really small. I intended to point them out while I was working on it, but I forgot. I think the speakers on this actually aren't very big. I think the Dell looks like it had better speakers in it. But also though, like, you know, a laptop like this, if you're actually gaming on it, you're gonna use a headset. So nah.
It's the thing I greatly appreciate about the MacBook. It's just how good the speakers are.
Yeah, if it's one thing that Apple are really good at is putting a good screen on it and good speakers on it. That's the thing. When you get an Apple, it's gonna have that.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the desktop to appear on this. We had the loading screen. It's just gone to a black screen at the moment with no cursor. So.
You have a flashing activity LED.
Yeah, I'll give it a moment. Oh, there we go. It's just come good. There we go. All right. This trackpad is terrible, and that's not just because I polished it. It's just a terrible trackpad.
Did you remember to ask them for a password?
I should have. I've turned off that computer.
You can do it on that one.
Yes. Oh, this is going to ask me to log in to 10 million things. Oh no, we're good, we're good. It's still logged in. It has a session. Whew. All right. Which one is it?
Which one of these 47 tickets is it?
29, and a bunch of them are a bunch of them are completed and waiting collection. This sign-in option is disabled because of failed sign-in attempts or repeated shutdowns. Use a different sign. Oh, pain. Use a different sign-in option or keep your device powered on for at least 2 hours and then try again. Huh.
Wild.
Not seen that one throw up before. Well, the pen is all I have, and I'm not calling the customer right now.
time to leave it like that for a while.
Yeah. I'm going to quickly just run this over to the bench over there and just leave it turned on.
Yeah.
And go.
Do.
However, the fact that it starts and gets to the desktop or the login screen means that it's working. So mission accomplished.
Okay, it's still going. Wait, what?
Nani?
Oh, there's a full 255 gigs of data on that? What? I was just trying to see how much actual data was on there from here, but I misread what that said.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it was just a fact of there's only 975 megs free. And I'm like,
Fair enough. All right. Cool. All right, so that is backing up. Right. Was there not going to be cider? No, I'm not feeling it. I think I'm going to grab a coffee, though. I'm not going to lie, folks. I'm kind of low energy at the moment. But that's just because I've not been sleeping well for the past 2 weeks just because of my leg. My leg is in mild pain all the time, and it's wearing me down. And it's winter, and just, yeah. So, yes. If the SSD is full, that would not explain the slow boot. Not this kind of slow boot. But, yeah. For reference, though, how much data is actually on it? It's got about 120 gigs on it. So, yeah, no, it's not a lot of data.
oh,
But,
fine.
again, even if it were full, that, like... When I say 6 hours, that's not an exaggeration. I mean, literally, you have to leave it running overnight. So yeah, grenade wound from the war. No, I've got sciatica at the moment. I went to a chiropractor and they said, "Oh, you've probably got a herniated disc." I've got a follow-up appointment on Monday where I'm hoping they're going to give my body a full workover, and I'm going to see what that does. But the little bit of work they did on Thursday. It felt nice initially, but like by evening I felt exactly the same. So I'm not really super sold. So I was like, however, half the session was just a consultation. So I'm like, I'll give them another session, but at 70 quid a pop, if they don't change my world on Monday, I'll politely say, okay, I'm going to go see a doctor now.
It takes a reasonable amount of time. Yeah.
Yeah, like they did say, herniated disc can take like 12 weeks to heal kind of thing. I'm like, that's fine. I'll be patient if I know it's healing. However, if I go there and they're essentially giving me a massage for temporary pain relief, well, I can get pain relief from a £2 box of painkillers. I don't have to pay 70 quid for a massage to get pain relief. So yeah. So yeah, exactly that. Yeah, if we'll see how they do. But yeah, visit a physio. Yeah, that's the thing. But if we're going down a physio, I'm going to start going through a doctor for that. Yeah. The problem is that all of that is all of that requires me to go through and make appointments with the doctor and get referrals and stuff like that, which takes weeks. The reason why I went to a chiropractor is because I can book an appointment and see them in a day. So I was like, you know what? I'll pay a bit of money and I'll try that out and see how it works. And if it doesn't work, then I'll be like, okay, well that didn't work for me.
Yeah.
But it's worth a try because had they been able to provide some instant relief that would last for even a week or so, or at least be like, okay, we've moved stuff into position, give it time, then that's worth a shot. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yes. We talked about clubbing earlier on. It was okay. But yeah, herniated discs don't really heal in my 26-year experience. Yeah, I don't like the sound of that. But yeah, we'll see. It's going to suck if that's the case, because otherwise that basically means I'm going to be on painkillers for the rest of my life, which is going to suck balls. Because yeah, at the moment, if I'm taking a paracetamol and an ibuprofen twice a day, and if I don't, it starts getting pretty unbearable, So yeah. But yes. And yes, I am doing various stretches as well. It is not for lack of trying. You know, like we've been through this before. Loads of people are just like, "Oh, it's because you're sitting at a desk all day," and I'm like, that's not my lifestyle. So yeah. How's the fibre to the going? I haven't made any movement on that. It's another thing I've got to fill out paperwork for. Paperwork, no, it's not going to get done very quickly.
Yeah. Did Chris actually need you to fill out paperwork?
It requires me to actually message him and say, I need this doing. It's the same thing to me. Whether it's writing an email, or filling out a form, it's still something that I have to sit and do. So yeah, making a phone call is not quite as bad because I can just call up and say, hi, please do the thing. Thank you. But yeah.
Yeah.
My sciatica took months but did resolve. Yeah. See, I don't mind waiting if I know it's getting better. So yeah, paracetamol for that. Well, I take a paracetamol and ibuprofen because it's a really good combo. Paracetamol Ibu is the wombo combo. They both complement each other really well.
And also they're cheap.
Yeah, and they're dirt cheap. So
and the side effects are minimal.
Yeah.
Meaning that you can take them for a reasonably long time period.
Yeah. Although I am considering switching to 2 Ibus instead of a para and an Ibu. Because the ibuprofen is an anti-inflammatory, so that's the one that's actually doing the work because it's an anti-inflammatory. So I might try doing 2 Ibus and ditch the paracetamol. But as I say, the combo has never failed me, so that's just my instant go-to if I want some pain relief. Yeah. If it got mega, I've got Cocodamol on hand, but the Cocodamol is for when it's bad. So.
And then I just pop my codeine sulfate.
Yeah, as I say, that's
my 50 milligrams.
The Cocodamol is for emergencies. If I'm actually beside myself and I'm like, no, the pain is at a 7 or 8 now, that's when I bust out the Cocodamol. Right now, it's just discomfort, and I'm not getting the heavy stuff out for that.
Yeah.
Don't want to be on IV for long term. They can wreck your stomach. Interesting. Yeah. That's kind of why I'm trying to be sparing with it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, long-term IBUs kill your stomach lining. Yeah. That's why I'm. Yeah. As I say, if this turned into a long-term thing, I'd have to talk to a doctor and be like, okay, what painkillers can I be using that won't actually do me long-term damage?
Yeah.
So yeah. In your case, structural engineer always sat at a computer, so the cure was hourly stretches and visits to a chiro for a few months until it was under control. Yeah. See, like I do plenty of stretches. My normal day in the shop involves a lot of sitting down, doing something for 20 minutes, standing up, walking over to a bench, doing some stuff, coming back to my bench, standing and typing for a bit, walking around the shop. You know, as I said, I'm not inactive in the shop. And likewise, I do regular stretches as well, and I walk to work, so it's not an inactivity issue. Dehydrated disc can be painful. Yeah, I mean, I don't drink enough. That's definitely a thing. So yeah. Yeah. Painkillers, don't do that. Your body is telling you something. You have to find the root problem. Yeah, it's a herniated disc. That's the root problem in all probability. So like, what do you do about that? So yeah. Should have gone to a doctor ages ago. What do you think I'm doing, my guy? Anyway, I'm going to cut the conversation now because this is the point where everyone starts telling me stuff that I already know or I'm already doing. So yeah.
You got anything else?
Probably, yeah. I'm going to... wow, yeah, I know. It's coming up to 2.5 hours. Yeah, what else have we got on the go? Let me just quickly check the thing. Right. Oh, that's done. Did that get picked up? No, it didn't. That was a customer being like, we really need this. And I'm like, cool, it's done. And now they're nowhere to be seen. Did both those latitudes go out? No, that one's still here. Right. That's in progress. That is in progress. Oh yeah, there's one that I'm going to have a quick look at. There's a HP here somewhere that doesn't power on. There it is. No start, bad bat, question mark. This one's overdue. HP 15-CX. What are you? Are you that? Yes. It's another one that looks like the others. All right. Oh, balls, I'm going to need that HP charger, aren't I? Yeah, all right. Now that other laptop is turned on, I'm just going to see if the power bank will power it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bloody gone to sleep anyway. All right.
Hello,
Standing
Si.
by.
Welcome.
Right, unplug. Battery power. Plug in. No, boo! It won't charge over Thunderbolt.
Wild.
Yeah. I'm assuming that it's just a case of this is a 120 watt laptop, and they just can't be bothered to just allow it to do something. You'd imagine that it would just at least give like limited power or something like that, but yeah. This is one of the really good things about Dell. Dell laptops are really good at just like graceful performance degradation on low power.
Yeah.
I'll just run it on its battery. If the battery runs out, then who cares? Just needs to be left on for a bit, so hopefully that pin number starts working, and that saves me from having to call the customer. All right, let's do a quick assessment of this laptop then.
You plug in the power, press the power button, and it works. And you're just like, well, your charger's broken then.
Yeah. All right, we have a charge LED. Right. It's powered on. However, the fault description did say no start. Okay, right. Let's see. Storage capacity of the battery is below very low. Okay, the battery's toast. Fine. The fan's knackered as well.
Wow.
Yeah. Sounds like a bag of nails. Ba, 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 ba.
Bum, bum, bum.
It's taking its time to boot. It's trying to boot Windows 11. This is the thing though, like these laptops, this is similar looking period to the other ones we were looking at, and they were 9th gen Intel. So we could have laptops here that have like a 1 terabyte hard drive in, but because it's 9th gen Intel, it will just update to Windows 11 on a hard drive.
Yeah.
So, you see a Windows 11 boot screen, you're like, oh, this is modern. It's like, not necessarily. Okay, we've gone to the black screen. Aha, we have a mouse cursor. We're getting there.
I think the activity LED is just on.
Yeah. It made the startup noise.
Is there activity? Yes. Is it good and fast activity?
Please wait.
No.
All right. Well, that seemed to start to me.
Eventually, maybe.
Do we have a password? We do. The one thing I miss on most modern laptops is drive activity LED. Ironically, HP are actually pretty good at putting activity LEDs on their laptops. They generally have a charge indicator LED, a power indicator, and a hard drive activity light. But on the other hand, the hard drive activity, I feel like that has limited use with SSDs because they don't have the same kind of feedback that a hard drive did. Hard drives actually had that flickering pulse that gave a a fairly good pattern that you could analyze to understand what the hard drive was doing. You know, like solidly on was usually not a great sign, but if you could see flickering, that flickering would be a clear seeking pattern kind of thing. Yeah. So you could see the hard drive seeking in real time. But because SSDs don't have any kind of mechanical stuff to them, there's not really a lot of information the activity light can give you except just flashing, except just doing a pulse when it's thinking. And I don't know. Right. Well, I've put in the password. It is starting up. It's just balls slow, I think. Oh, have we gone to black screen of death? I've got a mouse cursor and a black screen. This thing sounds like it has a hard drive in it as well, though. Just the hum that it's making sounds like a hard drive. This is one of those times, though, where actually I hope it does have a hard drive in it, because that means I can do the customer an SSD upgrade, which means A, I get to sell them an SSD, and B, it means their laptop is about to go from 0 to 60 real frickin' fast.
Whee!
It's getting there. We've got a desktop background and desktop icons. As a special treat, we might get a start bar in a minute. Kill Explorer and restart it. I'm waiting for it to start. I don't want to kill it. I want it to start. All right. Is this just a hidden taskbar? No, it just hasn't loaded yet. We're getting there. We're getting there. I don't think this one's going to be very exciting, though, because it has actually started. And, yeah, the battery, it needs a new battery. And it looks like the fault is just, it's really slow. And I think that's because it's just got a hard drive in it. Can I open one of those folders yet? Nope, not quite yet. A whole 4 gig of RAM too, maybe. Yeah, can we get to Task Manager? No, I Control-Alt-deleted it, and now I've just given it another thing that it needs to do. Oh, it is loading. Yeah, I think this thing works. It's just balls slow, and that is probably... It probably has a hard drive, and this is just going to be a case of, okay, upgrade it to an SSD. We're done here. And yeah, I think this is exactly what I called it as, is it's one of those laptops that is like 8th or 9th gen Intel, which means it's technically eligible for 11, so it looks like a modern laptop, but actually it was just really shiny when it was new. Let's see. Performance. Come on. And 5 AVs, yeah, probably. We'll find out in a minute. We noticed you have some unused printers. Would you like to remove them? God, I wish. All right, the start bar has appeared. We're almost there. All right, it's an i5-8300H.
Okay.
Oh, no.
What?
SSD hard drive combo in RAID? What does this mean? CD. Oh, God, it's... Oh, no. Optane jump scare. Intel, it's an Optane! Power off. Power off.
I mean, at least you can snapshot it whilst it's live.
It's true. I think you can snapshot the hard drive on its own. I don't think you have to. I think because the Optane is just a buffer. It doesn't hold stuff that's not on the hard drive. So, like, if you took the Optane drive out, it would still boot. Unlike Apple Fusion, which will just completely fall apart unless I'm wrong. Oh, it's bifurcation. Gross.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least you can just snapshot it whilst it's live.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't really want to do a live snapshot when it's running this slowly. But I could, you're right. Battery saver is on. Consider plugging in your device. It's... Oh, it's... Yeah. It seems to be a bit... Doesn't know whether it's coming or going, I think. I think that's just because it's got a completely toast battery in it, though. Which is not helping the situation. Either way, yeah, that's us. Anyway, yeah, this is the hi ESET. Yeah, this has got a 16 gigabyte Optane drive buffering a hard drive, and 16 gigabytes is not enough to do anything useful. So in other words, it basically is booting from a hard drive, and the hard drive is sitting at 100% utilization. So yeah, we'll just rip all of that out and put an actual SSD in it, and this thing will be fine. It has got 8 gigs of RAM, which is fine. I think I probably wouldn't bother upgrading that. Although that much being said, if it's got a single 8 gig module in, no, it's got 2 4s in it. Also though, this thing keeps coming on and off charge. The light on the charger hasn't gone out, but the screen keeps dimming where it's switching to battery power. But I think it might just be because it's got a knackered battery in it, the power system is a bit upset and confused and doesn't know if it's coming or going. So yeah. Either way, yeah, that's not particularly exciting. This is going to be a matter of rip the drives out. So yeah, I mean, I'll quickly do that and then we'll wrap up. So, yeah, no, we've got...
I was going to say, if it is Optane, you basically have to snapshot it live.
Yeah.
Or build the bifurcation system.
Gross. No, yeah, we're doing it live. All right.
Yeah.
How much space is in use on this? Let's see. This PC. That looks like about 200 gigs to me. Use space 160. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab my 2.5 inch thing. I'm going to grab this spare SSD and I'm going to assemble this and plug it in. And I'm going to start snapshotting it. And then I guess we'll leave it to run. I would love to start trying to appease Windows, but there's no point in trying to do anything on a computer running this slow. It's just like, no, get the backup. Get the backup done, rip the drives out, and then service it. Right, where is my Toolkit flash drive?
I was going to say, I'm just going to give you a new version of Snapshot.
If you've got it on a flash drive right now, sure. Ah, there we go.
Whoop. Yeah, I'm just copying it onto it.
Whoop. Okay. Live is also less fun if it's full of disk errors and stuff. This is true. Yeah. Yeah. It's not a weak power adapter. This is a 120 watt power adapter. So, yeah, no problems there.
There you go. If you want the new version, it's on there.
Okay, that was quick enough. Yep. You win this time, Caradog. All right, snapshot to the desktop. Let's see, and I will now move that. Let's format that drive. It's got someone else's version of Windows on that I do not care about. BX500, probably.
I mean, looks like it.
Although I was on PC, won't work for me, so I'm not sure if it's Sony. I hear apparently PlayStation Network was having issues yesterday, so I don't know if that's just a fallout from that. Okay. Right. Snapshot. Copy to that. Oh, HP Smart Adapter, I don't care. What is it actually complaining about? Hang on a minute. Right. No, I don't know. High capacity. It's Oh, actually. There's no way this laptop wants more than 120 watts. What is this thing rated for? Holy shit, it takes a 7 amp charger. So actually, yeah. What the hell has this thing got in it? How does this need a 7 amp charger?
What the shit?
Graphic. It's got a 1050 in it. Why does a 1050 need a 7 amp charger? You're lying! It's an i5 and a 1050. How does that need 7 amps? 133, yeah, and I've got 120 plugged into it. Pain. Okay, who cares? Who cares?
So, do you say it's got an i3?
An i5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, where did... Damn it.
You're right there.
I've lost the SSD screw. I will now find it.
Oh, it's behind your cider bottle. All right. Back up Windows.
Boop.
And store it on this external SSD that I plugged in.
That's fine, that's all done. I will now screw you up.
Save. All right. All right, there we go. Struggle on through that. And I'm off again. All right, catch you later, Si. Right, do I actually have... I might have a slightly higher power charger. The problem is I don't dare unplug it at this point because the battery's toast. I think I might have a 130 watt HP charger kicking around somewhere, but no, it doesn't matter. It's surviving. The laptop might be oscillating between limp mode and normal mode, but I don't really care. All it needs to do is just get a backup onto that drive, and then I can rip everything out.
And then you'll actually bother with anything.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. Okay, well... I might call it there, to be honest. When's the next video on the main channel? Probably, I'm going to say Sunday. So I've got a no post on Sunday in the works. The reason why it didn't come out this week was I reinstalled Windows on my computer. I went up to Windows 11, and at the same time, I normally edit in Vegas 14, which is ancient. I found that I did actually have a copy of Vegas 18 on Humble Bundle. So I thought, okay, let's go up to Vegas 18. So I upgraded to Vegas 18, and as per the last time I tried to use Vegas 18, it just crashes all the time. Just all the time. And so this week's video basically didn't come out on time because it has been a miserable experience trying to get the editing done. So yeah. However, I'm nearly there, and once I get through that video, once I get that video done and out the door, which I should have done by Sunday, I'm then going to go back to Vegas 14, and then I can crunch through the other videos I've got in the pipeline. So yeah. Phase change cooler, some when. Yeah. Currently no plans for it. Rainy day project. Mainly just because it requires, I think we need to find it. Do we need a new expert for that, or?
We're waiting on other people to do stuff who have committed to doing stuff but have not committed to a time scale of doing stuff.
Yeah. It will come along at some point. I should just switch to Resolve. Yeah, I do plan on sitting down to take another swing at learning DaVinci Resolve. The problem I've got at the moment is on the weekends, so like Sunday, Monday, are the only two times when I just sit and actually do what I want to do. And half of that is taken up by editing a video. And so by the time I actually sit down and like get a video out the door, I'm like, I could sit and spend time learning something that I don't want to learn, or I could just get the video out using the method that is working for me and be able to then sit and play video games. There is just, I do need to sit and learn Resolve, but there's just 10,000 other things that I would rather be doing, basically. So yeah. Resolve is the goal though. Like that's the direction I want to go in because it's a modern system and it is free. So yeah, that's the sensible plan. Like at the end of the day, if you're learning to do video editing these days, you should be learning either Resolve or Premiere. And I don't want to learn Premiere because I don't want to pay for Creative Suite. So yeah, the 10,000 other things will not be making you money. But yeah, however, also though, I need downtime. I need me time. I actually don't want to be working all the time. So yeah. I never did get that coffee. All right. I think I've enjoyed this conversation in English. This low energy conversation in English. This thing is having a terrible time. I think the CPU clocks are oscillating wildly as it clicks on and off charge, but it's doing something. Working 24/7 is good. What do you mean? I will not acknowledge you, JD.
I mean, that's generally the best plan.
Gross. Oh. Are you planning to take a break? Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. I've enjoyed this conversation in Optane, TM. Optane is the best, TM, registered trademark. A subsidiary of Intel. All right. Resolve I learned pretty quickly, but I answered it. Yeah, it was a while back that I looked at it, but like the work, like I'm not the only one to think this either, you know, like name's gone straight out of my head. Plus Nomad. Plus Nomad has exactly the same issue when he was doing video editing. He said, "Oh yeah, no, I can't get on with anything other than Vegas either, because Vegas has really basic ripple editing that is just really quick and easy, and it feels like nothing else just has a good ripple editing method. Whereas basically all I want to do is place my video track on the timeline. I want to be able to zoom in and out of it so I can fine tune and scrub through, and then I want to play the video, and then when I get to a certain spot I want to press split so it cuts the video. Then I can jump to the next bit, press split again, delete the bit in the middle that I don't want, and it ripples back. Just ripple editing. And the last time I tried to do that in Resolve, that just seemed to be completely antithetical to how they wanted you to edit. You know, yeah. See, apparently it does have ripple, but like, I don't know, maybe I was just blind, but the software was telegraphing to me, that's not how you're supposed to do this. You know, that's what it felt like at the time, but it was like 3 years ago, I think, when I last tried to do this. So, yeah. Kdenlive? Is that another free editing suite or something? Because yeah, I don't really want to jump into an obscure video editor. If I'm going to use an obscure video editor, I may as well carry on using Vegas 14 because it works. Vegas 14 just works. Everyone's just like, oh, it looks ancient, but yeah, it works, man. Blah. If I'm going to switch to something else, it has to be Resolve. There's no point in switching to anything if it's not Resolve.
That will be your Resolve.
Indeed. All right. Kdenlive is a very basic editor. I may as well just carry on using Vegas. There's no point in switching to anything else if it's not Resolve, because I'm just switching to another obscure video editor that no one supports. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going because I'm starting to argue with chat again. I've enjoyed this conversation in English. You came from professional CAD to trying Blender, and it's like it does everything backwards. I've gotten on with Blender, but that's because it's the only one I've tried. So yeah. Chad's used Microsoft Movie Maker. Yeah, I guess it's Clipchamp these days, isn't it? But yeah. Anyway, right. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We're out of here. We'll be back next week, probably, with something else.
Indeed.
And that is going to take 6 hours. Do you see what I mean with that little stutter? Yeah. Whack, isn't it? Have a pain-free evening. No, I refuse. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Same bat time, same bat channel, yeah. All right. Oh, ow, my leg. I'm going to stand up and be in pain for a bit now. Safe boot still fails to go fast? Yeah, it does. However, it's a problem for another time. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We're getting out of here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for chatting and etc, etc. We'll be back soon. End stream.
And
cheerio, everyone. Bye.
Goodbye. You have been logged out.